red. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PHILO. So, very weird day. Again, we've been saying this every day intraday, and then when we look back at the watch list, we're just like, we did a lot of movement for nothing. And that's what you got today. We heard about auto tariffs, kind of got faded. Then there was an executive bill, and we found out about like a 2-year delay. You heard a little bit about China, like a 2-year delay. I think China, what did they say? China said they're stopping, like, or not going to tariff or continue imports of ethane, and that was a good development. So there was a lot of things, but the movements have been very sporadic and very small. Right now, 0.06 on the SPY, 0.09 down on the NASDAQ, 0.38 on the Dow, and 0.1 on the Russell. So very interesting day. I would keep your head on a swivel. We still got big earnings and a lot more, so we'll find out, but patience. We have been talking about that a lot. So, that being said, Chattadonia, how y'all feeling, man? We are going to get ready for some PHILO. So, we'll see. But yeah, let me go to the bathroom, get me a carbo so I could get hyped ahead of PHILO, and just, I'm already hyped, bro. Today's PHILO. Listen, I'll just tell you now, though, for real. You got one of these gifted memberships. This is a very strong PHILO. I'm not playing on today's PHILO. I don't know why, because, I'm been peaceful as hell, but I woke up like a warrior today. I hope you know that. And I'm telling you, what we have for you today on PHILO, this ain't respectfully no bitch shit, okay? You better get ready. You're going to get punched in the face, and you're walking away with a sword. Do you understand? So if you don't want to listen to this shit, that's fine. I'll call it shit. Even the Christian people get mad at me for my language. Y'all ain't original. Both sides of it. We don't have time for that shit. You see what I'm saying? The Pharisees on both sides. This isn't for you. Okay? You want stocks while hearing some good shit? Lock in, watch your mouth, and stay focused. We're going to be good. Post stocks, I got your back. Anything else, you should watch your back. And that's it. All right? So I will be right back, and get ready.
Competitively speaking, and with everything else going on these days?
Well, I think it's all relative, right? Relative to perhaps some of the foreign automakers, they have the opportunity to take some share, especially a company like Ford, where roughly 80% of what it sells in the U.S. is made in the U.S. So they're fairly well positioned there. Even a company like Tesla, that everything they sell in the U.S. is made in the U.S., they're well positioned. But it gets to be a bit mixed, right? A company like GM that, just under half of what it sells in the U.S. is assembled elsewhere. There's going to be a little more work on their part to figure out what to do, especially on some of the more affordable vehicles, which are really all coming from either Mexico or Korea. Exactly, and we know that's going to be maybe a gap in the market. I guess the other most important question to ask, other than if they can, do okay in this environment is, are the foreign automakers going to start to move production here? Like, should we, I'm thinking Porsche and Volvo and some of those reports we got this morning, should we expect that those who are still kind of pure importers are going to look towards having a U.S. foothold, and could that help on the employment front down the road? You're probably going to see more production move to the U.S. from the foreign automakers. It obviously varies, right? We've already seen a while ago, Hyundai made a large CapEx commitment and a large manufacturing commitment, so there will be more along the lines of that. Automakers such as Toyota, Honda, they already have very large U.S. footprints that will increase. The same for Nissan. I think the question is, though, for some of the automakers that, maybe they don't have the scale in the U.S., that's where it's a bit more of a question. And obviously, also, is it a vehicle where you can pass on the price to consumers? Maybe you could do that a bit more at the upper luxury end, but for mass market vehicles, not as much. So to close out the conversation, Dan, how would you characterize the position of the U.S. auto industry writ large yesterday versus today based on this change? Better, but there's still a lot of uncertainty in the forward outlook, right? I think, again, like for some of the companies that are relying more on imports of vehicles or produced outside of the U.S., there's still a real challenge at play, but any relief that they get, it's a step forward. All right, Dan, we'll leave it there. Appreciate it today. Dan Levy joining us from Barclays.
And back to the broader markets now. Our next guest says the trade deals that we're still kind of waiting to hear from will be key for the U.S., not only to avoid a recession, but also for the market. He says until we get them, the S&P will be range-bound between 51 and 5,600. We're just shy of that upper range today. Julian Emanuel is Senior Managing Director of Equity, Derivatives, and Quant Strategy at Evercore ISI. Julian, welcome. And, you know, we're waiting. Maybe it's India, maybe it's Japan. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow will be the day.
Very, very possible. Look, you know, obviously Secretary Bessent sort of set the table this morning in terms of expectations. So, you know, I think it's right that over the next couple of weeks, we expect to hear something of materiality. But when you think about the stock market, you've literally proverbially climbed the wall of worry off of what we thought was selling capitulation type lows. And in fact, our view is that was actually the end of the bear market. But now you're at the point where stocks, again, we are reminded, we're close to 22 times earnings, and we're waiting for news that will give us greater comfort that we are going to avoid the recession. So we want to be a bit more focused with our buying, really preferring the names and themes that have been the most beaten up during the downturn.
If that was the end of the bear market, then can't you have confidence stepping in here?
Well, again, you've come a long way off of the bottom. And the challenge when volatility is as high as it is right now is if you're buying this price and, you know, you need to have emotional control if, as we expect at some point, absent any material news on the trade front, that you get a potential test of the lower end of the range. But what we want to do is focus on the names on a long-term basis. We call them fallen angels. A lot of them were the bull market leaders of the previous 2 years, got hurt the most. Those names have been de-risked and in our view stand to be the type of names whose drawdown will be minimal if, in fact, the index retrenches, however.
Well, you just said get a long-term, buy the de-risk names, and eat fallen angels. Who else tells you that fucking
that's a sustainable bottom, but even for the U.S. to avoid recession, for the employment reports not to get worse and so forth. So a lot is really riding on the announcements that may or may not come in the coming weeks. On this question, though, a huge debate in the markets, which is, do you buy the leaders from the last cycle or not? And yesterday, our guest was arguing, no, you don't. You don't want to buy, you know, big tech, for instance. You're looking more, as you call them, towards some of these fallen angels.
Why people have that? You have to defend against this. This guy's actually speaking good. I agree with him, but think about it. Everybody on TV, you're hearing one guy say buy NVIDIA, one guy say buy the value, you know. So good luck. Good luck, my friends. But we're right at VWAP. I'm surprised no crazy pre-PHILO moves, so let's get it popping, baby. And then Box and IBM partnership for AI. Is it Box Inc? Box and IBM. And then again, you have the wire up, so you guys could watch any news. Again, if I miss something, something important happens, we could talk about that. That's it. Anything else, though? Like I'm saying, man, I'm not trying to push anything on you. If you haven't figured that out by now, maybe I'll just let you talk to my dad. You know that? I was thinking about that the other day because they're like, you don't push it on me. I'm like, I'm going to bring my dad on one day so you guys could see what it looks like to have religion pushed on you. Okay? But at the end of the day, man, we don't have any time for that. I like to be serious at certain times and I like to joke around. But I don't appreciate being serious and then having a non-serious comment back. You know what I'm saying? So just lock in. You don't have anything good to say, I would save your $5 membership and keep it stock related. Yeah, don't be flippant. Amen. So we will see. But here is the deal, Chad. Are you ready? I think today is powerful, you know? And I'm going to start with something light, okay? But not really. And honestly, don't. And then you're popping big. Again, they were kind of teasing an India rumor, but you got a big candle right now. Docs? No, that wasn't it. But yeah, be on lookout right now. Again, any sort of trade deal, that is always going to be live. And then repos 157 billion. So watch, though. We are moving as I am about to start. But I was going to tell you guys, I'm going to punch some people in the face right now. As at the same time, though, I hope it motivates you for real. And I hope some of you, White House Deputy Chief Miller, Trump to make an announcement tonight. That's it. That's all we get. That's what that candle is on. So now you have another anticipatory Trump announcement that has lacking details. So we don't know what exactly it will be on, but that is coming out now. So there you go. I was like saying, we're moving, but I wonder what it could have been. Ay, ay, ay. Look nice. Still mad slow. All right. So here's the deal, Chad. Are you ready? This one's kind of light. I was thinking about this the other day. I was looking at my... This is the funniest shit ever. I'm not going to lie to you. I was looking at my girlfriend's dog. And usually she'll like say something and I'll just be like, well, what if the dog did that? You know, just like messing around with her. And then it was on the TV and it was like somebody lied. And I was like, what if the dog lied? And then my mind was blown. You know why? You know what I realized? Dogs can't lie. I don't know if this is as mind-blowing to you, but I thought about this and I was like, wait a minute. A dog can't tell a lie. So you're still popping again. CNBC was saying a deal. I don't know if you picked up on that. And then now we just got that Miller comment and you are ripping. Okay. But yeah, I was thinking about that. And I thought it was very interesting. That's what happens when you can't talk. You know, because you can ask the dogs, it doesn't understand you. But that's what happens when you're not talking. It's harder to lie. But then I also thought of something, and then I see a video of damn Philip Anthony Mitchell, bro. And it's that little sermon he talked about leading others into problems. Because it's funny, because I'm like, man, dogs can't lie. So I have another question. Chad, why would you want any of your homies to lie? Better yet, why would you ever want to see one of your dogs do bad? For real. And that's what I'm saying. This might be part of what we got to talk about. But right off the bat, man, you want a good way to live life? Stop being a witch. Stop trying to get people to do shit. Do you understand? Stop that. The dog, it has a different influence on it. It's not put in positions to have to manipulate and lie and do all this. So why would you do that to people that you are close with? Huh? And think about it. That one, you ever heard that verse? This is what Philip Anthony says. I love it. You know, the whole, it's better to tie a millstone around your neck than to threaten one of the little ones, right? You've heard that. Yeah, it's talking about leading people into problems. See, dogs don't lie because you can't lead them to a lie. But you could lead people into bad things. You could influence people into bad things. What's even worse, you could take pleasure in people doing bad. Even people you would call your friends. Is that not weird? So I want you to think about that, because this is a big key of what is in your heart. And make sure your heart is pointed the right way. Weed. Speak of the devil. MSOS, White House drug czar, could enforce marijuana legalization bill to repeal ludicrous restriction. So again, we always get these headlines. It pops and fades, but that's coming out now. Love your enemies. Yeah, but also, too, like, don't lead your dogs into sin. I don't know. I thought it was funny because that was just a funny situation. And the way I was looking at it, Nike, man, that's not, it's moving a little bit, but the whole market, that weed stock is a little bigger. So here's the deal. Are you ready? Because that was just the first part. But Chad, do you know what we're going to talk about today? This is why I said I kind of woke up. I was reading some of this stuff last night, and I heard another sermon, and I heard a little bit, and then I was thinking of C.S. Lewis and a lot of others. And I don't know, I got excited about this. Nike forms new team for secretive brand with Kim Kardashian. Oh, well, there you have it. Yeah, that wicked very big. You don't see the fake wick. All the plays are down. I just don't know if we're going to get follow through. That's the only problem. But yeah, Kim Kardashian and Nike. Usually the Kardashian pump hits. But some of the premiums are a little shit. Yeah, the close to the monies ran. The out of the money's not as much, and then some of them came down. Miller domestic auto industry will be happy with the announcement. All right. No, weed was news. They were saying, somebody said repealing ludicrous action. So weed has news. Apparently, it's like Nike rumor of Kim Kardashian. It had a pop and lock, but big volume came in and holding, and then SPY still up. Yeah, it could be old. I remember that. Remember we talked that first one? There was already a Nike one with them, but they're saying it could be more. But it is a rumor. That's what I'm saying. It's not hitting the wires. That's why I even put on the stream alerts a rumor. So be on the lookout for that. I didn't make a play. I did not. I liked them, but I didn't like them enough. All right, high ticker is like kind of really running. All right, that's good. It's easy. PHILO's nice if it just goes up. And then Gilead settlement with Sciences, U.S. Attorney settlement on speaker programs. All right, and then you're running, bro. Weed, Nike, SPY. That's it, man. Now even a little bit of Guild headlines. You got it all, bro. You got it all. All right. So it's good. We'll see where we break out. Banks are moving up now, too. And now we could get really more into PHILO. So here's the deal, Chad. Okay? I would love for you to be encouraged. Okay? And my brother, can I tell you, and my sisters in here, you are powerful. I don't know if y'all remember that PHILO that I gave you. But be careful. Remember, when it comes to your power, it is very legalistic. Nobody can take your power unless you give them the right. Like an option, like a contract. That's what I mean, very legal. You have stuff, and you are entitled to things. Not everything. Don't be a prick. But do you get what I'm saying? Don't ever forget this. Every time you sacrifice, every time you slip up on discipline, you are giving away territory. You are giving away that right. Every time you make a good decision, every time you make a small good decision, you are taking territory and you are saying, I have a right to this power and I'm going to exercise it. Oh, y'all don't. I hope y'all feeling me, bro. Good morning. So don't forget this, bro. Like, for real. And that's what I want to talk about today. Is making sure, and what are you getting out of it? So I'm going to tell you now, you've heard this. How many times in the Bible have you heard of breaking chains? Again, pick up your mat and walk. That's what this PHILO pretty much is. Yeah, bro. So, Chad, this is why I'm excited. Because I think it's time to break some chains, bro. For real. Anything holding you back, you gave it the right to hold you back. And you could take that right away. Just as you have given away territory, you can take it back. Did you know that? You see, that's the problem. A lot of people think, don't let your imagination of what has already happened limit the reality of what can happen, you know? That's what we do as humans. That's why we see one situation, and then we're like, that's why we get traumatized, right? But yeah, bro, you could take back territory, but you have to do it. And this is what I'm going to tell you. This is where C.S. Lewis comes in. Bro, stop negotiating with the devil. Negotiate with your future. You know that? Why spend all of this time worrying about, seriously, I didn't do this right. I'm this, all this, I'm behind, I'm falling, all these things, bro. Why aren't you negotiating with your future? Why are you negotiating with the past? Why are you negotiating with the present difficulty and ignoring the future? Can we begin to negotiate with our future? I don't know if y'all feel me, but why? And I need you to realize this. You know why? Do you know why you're not supposed to negotiate with the devil? Beyond it just sounding like a wild phrase of dancing with the devil. No, it's bigger than that. You know why? I'll tell you why. You could apply this to trade, for crying out loud. The devil, he only negotiate when he feels the pressure, dude. Oh, Chatadonia. Y'all don't feel me. So what does that mean? Bro, the devil and demons, they will only negotiate when they feel the pressure. That's why I think some of y'all have been doing good, and that's why you'll do good, and then all of a sudden the same thing come up, right? And why are you negotiating with it? It means you're about to have a breakthrough. But if you negotiate with it and settle with it, you're not breaking the chain. You're just settling for a longer chain. Do you understand? That's why. Bro, you start making progress. Don't look back. Do not negotiate with backwards. You better be keeping your eyes forward. Because at this point, bro, the next time you get tempted to go back on a good decision, that's because you have the cards in your hand, bro. If you get too far ahead, at one point it'll be harder to reach you. That's why they want to negotiate now. So stop negotiating. You know, and can I give you the reality? This is terrible. But this is what I learned from C.S. Lewis, bro. He said, bro, like, if you're going to deal with the devil and you're going to make this sacrifice, you better get something out of it. I don't think y'all feel me. It sounds terrible, but I agree with it. Because it's like, what's the point of living and giving up so much? Living in sin, not living the right way, doing all these things if just to be in the same spot. For real, you mean to tell me you want to fall for the same exact problem that has been plaguing you, listen, man, I'm not judging you for failing. I'm not. I'm not judging you for being an addict, for falling behind. No, none of that. I've been there. But why are you taking that offer? You got to give me a lot more, if anything. I'm just saying you should ask for a lot more then, because that doesn't make sense. Why would you give up so little to live in the mud? You want to tempt me to the mud, you better offer me something way bigger and better than I've ever seen. Otherwise, there's no deal there. Even better, stop taking the first offer. Apply this to your real life, your business, but even in this case. Bro, you're doing good. You're doing good. You're taking the right steps. You're getting out of the mud, right? You're making your progress. Wow. And then you run into the first difficulty, whether it's your expectations, disappointment, the same problem, the same person, who knows, right? Don't take the first offer. Go ahead. Go get mad 3 months from now. React how you want 3 months from now, not at the first moment. Do you understand me? Don't take the first offer. So you want to go back, literally, bro. Go hit you hit a big trade and you want to trade the net. Don't take the first offer. It better be good. Other than that, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. When you start to make progress, and I think some of you are going to be tempted with this. You will start moving. This is where disappointment and things come in. Don't negotiate with it. Do not turn back. You know what good discipline and strong decisions will get you. Do not negotiate with it. Do not go back. Think of your actual future. And if you are going to give something up, and if you are going to take a step back, it better give you something that is going to leap you ahead in your future. Otherwise, you are getting tricked. Simple as that. Nobody would take a deal that offers them less. Activist Robbie Starbuck sues Meta over AI answers about him. Who is this? Robbie, is he a part of OpenAI? Robbie Starbuck claims defamation over chatbot responses. Oh, what the fuck? I'm going to sue them all too then. That's a Wall Street Journal exclusive. He probably asked the AI if he should sue. And the AI was like, yeah, you have a 1,000 IQ. Do it. Wow. That's news. And you're about to hit a new high. But yeah, man. Chad, think about your future. And I'm proud of a lot of y'all. And like I'm saying, though, the job is not done. And for real, stop playing around. I get it, bro. You're going to fail one day. That's fine. You're going to take a slip up. I'm not holding you on that. But what I am saying is we need to change our mindset and we need to walk away with more every time. Do you understand? Go ahead. Fall. But if you fall, it better be for a good reason. Does that make sense? Because I'm not trying to encourage you to do bad, but I do want to help you make less costly bad decisions. Are you feeling me? That's the whole point of this. I'm not acting like bad doesn't exist. It does. And we're all susceptible, myself included. You have to start thinking in a way that will limit the cost of any bad decision. And this is part of that mentality. It's very simple. If you are good, go ahead. Don't slip up for the same thing. You see what I'm saying? You're going to do the same old thing, get nothing new about it. Why? You're going to lose to the same gamble for the same $100. It better be for $1 million. Better be for 10. Don't go backwards. Always about your future, even in failure. Do you understand? That's the God I believe in. Oh, y'all don't feel me, bro. You know that, right? That's the type of Lord I believe in. My God is a God who goes forward in failure. Doesn't make sense. I get freedom in death. You kill my God, put him on a cross, I am free. That don't make sense to everybody. And that's what I'm telling you now. Even in failure, you could advance your future. Are you going to do that or not? And this is how you have to think. So like I said, bro, the whole point, you need to break chains now. That's why. Why be chained to the same thing trying to pull you back? Don't take that offer. Give me more then. I'm making progress. You want to pull me behind? You better have something better than the same old chain. But here's the other part of this. This is where it's going to get next level, Chad. You can't negotiate with the chain. Do you understand? Because you're either going to break the chain or you're just going to settle for a longer chain. Or they'll be like, oh, yeah. You let the slack down. It doesn't feel like a chain, but it's still chained. You have to think about this one. Don't settle for a longer chain. I don't know if you've thought about this. That's what I'm saying with the same old negotiation. Don't settle for, oh, I haven't done it in a while. Oh, yeah, but I think about it. That could be everything. Yo, BHF, Bright House Financial, looks like a buyout. I don't have news, but 4%. BHF, there is no cheap plays. People already snaked the other ones. Yeah, BHF. I have no news on that, but that's up 5% now. Random as hell. BHF. Oh, watch Met off of that. They own them. Good call. All right, SPY ripping too. And you got something here. Yeah, new high on the SPY. The SPY plays are green. They were up way more in the morning. And Russell, dude. Russell just came out of nowhere. But yeah, you're running. And then, yeah, BH, that looks like news, but everything, even India and banks and financials leading. Literally, VIX is on the low and everything is frozen on the low ticker. Meta unveils API for Llama at first LlamaCon. Opens up new revenue for Meta. Oh, yeah, because they could charge the API access. Holy shit. Yeah, they could charge for any inquiry into the API. Bro, non-stop, just going. The next level, well, we're at 5555, so you're already past one. I think 5562. 5562, 62 to 68, I believe. And then 62 to 868. Then 8283. And then 5635, and then money spot is 5674. That's a big level to fill that gap. So, yeah, we got like 10, 20 points at a time. That you forget your chain. Bro, I relate to that so heavy. You have no idea. That's why I like this PHILO. Because I've been like that, bro. I've had chains that have gotten so long, I didn't deal with it, and I'm like, whatever. And then before I know it, it comes right back. You know, again, these are the things in life that I tolerate. Are you ready? These are the things in life that I tolerated, but I did not kill. And that is the next thing, my friends. That's what I want to talk about right now, bro. Two things. Yeah, we were talking about the strongholds. That's why I said that was big. That was important. Yeah, Lutnick is live right now on CNBC. It's an exclusive. Well, I'll just finish this and we'll listen to it because I'm almost done. So here's the deal, man. breaking these chains, part of it, I'm going to just give you a simple one. Don't domesticate a demon. Kick him out. Do you understand what that means? You may got this little wild thing in you that is messing you up and all of this, bro. Instead of potty training it, telling him to sit in the corner until it's a weekend or until it's 10 p.m. or whatever, stop domesticating your fucking demon, bro. You know that? Kick him out. That's the same thing with the chain. We are domesticating our chains. We don't like it when we have a leash and it pulls us. We're fine if it has slack, you know? Oh, yeah. We're fine if you don't get in my way all the time. But no. You need to kill it. That cannot exist there. And believe me, is it difficult? Yes. But I'm just telling you now, if your mindset isn't, like I'm saying, you need to be a warrior. You can't have this mindset that we're not going to kill. What do you mean? What's going to happen then? It's going to kill you. They kill you or you kill it. I'm talking about the demons in territory. There's only one way or the other. That's it. You take territory or you give territory. Which one? BHF up 8% now. Fuck. That one hit. But you can't domesticate it. All I'm saying is go ahead, fail, have your problems. But don't be okay with it. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm only okay with it if it pushes us forward. But don't be okay with him sitting there however he's sitting there. Get him out. It's very simple. It's not. It's hard. But if you have a determination to say, I will not tolerate that, that's a different person. This is what I'm saying, man. I'll give you one, man. And we talked about over-spiritualizing yesterday. Please be cautious of it. Don't miss things. Humble yourself. We're not special, dude. You know God. Listen, do any of you, can I ask you? Do you think, all my Christian Jesus people, do you think that you are better than an OnlyFans girl? Do you think you are better than a prostitute? Yes or no? That's it. It's a simple question. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, you said it perfectly. You know why? You said why? Why would I? You're so right, dude. We're not. Nobody is. You're not, like, that's what I'm saying. We can't be walking around just because I read it. Oh, I don't lie. I tell the truth. You're supposed to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Why? What did you do? Why are you better? You can't answer that. You didn't do anything. All you did was believe. And the moment that person believes, it's the same for them. So stop. That's what I'm saying. We got to have that. But it's like, dude, the next time, and this is what happens when we over-spiritualize things. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Some of y'all, the next time a little snake pop out, a little demon pop out, you deal with the problem. Do not sit there and be like, oh, why is this happening to me? Oh, I'm doing so well. I did this. I did God. Why is this happening to me? No. Do you not get it? Don't be asking, why is this happening? Oh my, just kill it. I hope you understand. Do you get it? A snake pops its head out. What are you going to do? In real life, if a snake was in front of you and was trying to bite you while you're hiking, you're not going to be like, why is this happening? You kill it or you run away. We're not running away, bro. Do you understand? It's very simple. You don't see an enemy and say, oh, why is this happening? No. You get it out of your way. Okay, SPY's hitting a new high. So, Chad, it's time to break chains. That's a way bigger pop, yeah. At the high. So watch out. Big tech's already there. SPY plays up 40. So, Chad, let's go, man. Time to break some chains. And like I said, you guys are warriors, bro. And this is where I really hope that you come out just like thinking like this. And at the very least, just your mindset. You're going to fail, dude. Believe me, I fail all the time. Don't worry. But I can't have you tolerate it. Do you see what I'm saying? I would rather have you sin and fail and be disgusted by it so that you can have something internally pushing you to be better than doing weird shit, fucking up, and being okay with it. I don't want you to have anxiety. I don't want you to have pressure. But I can't let you tolerate bad chains and demons. Do you understand? That's what I'm telling you. I'm not holding a standard to you where you must be perfect. No. But I'm just like the way, bro. When I sin, bro, I feel bad about it. And that's okay. I don't get depressed and I go and chill. But do you see what I'm saying? I know it's bad. And I'm not going to say that's okay. I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to tolerate it. But I cannot be okay with that. A little shame is good. You know why? Because I'm disgusted by things I used to do. I'm glad. Because when I was in the middle of them, I wasn't disgusted. That's why I kept fucking up. You got to look at it like that and be like, nah, I can't. I got to kill it. It's going to kill me or I kill it. That's it. That's all. No reason. Lutnick's talking right now. And then low-key, there was like rumors on CNBC, then another Trump announcement coming soon, and then it just took off. That's how it all played out through this last 30 minutes. So let's go, baby. So that's what I'm saying, man. Break the chains. You are a chain breaker. Or you're the contrary. You're either stuck in a chain or you're breaking chains, Chad. Which one are you? Let's go. I encourage you to break them all. That's what I'm saying. You have potential. You have a lot in you. Do not tie yourself to it. Again, even in the humility and the Pharisees. Bro, you don't have freedom. What are you talking about? All of this. Freedom. Potential. It's what you have in you. You have to kill the enemy, break the chains. That's it. So I'll give you the last one, and then we'll turn on Lutnick. And let me remind you, all of this. You are a warrior, my friend, but I need you to never forget this C.S. Lewis. Do you know what the devil hates? Ha ha ha. The devil can't do anything if you laugh at him. You know that? So stop taking yourself so seriously. And at the end of the day, it is time now that you laugh at it. Bro, you come at me with the same thing, I'm going to laugh. Come at me with the same little chain, I laugh at you. Again, what do you know what I've done to everybody that I've dealt with that have tried to get in the way? I laugh. You think you're bothering me? Listen to me, bro. Go watch my vlogs. I'm chilling. I laugh. I laugh at the ones not locked in. I laugh at the people trying to hurt me. You're a joke. Laugh at the devil, my friends. There's nothing more that defangs these demons when you laugh at them. Do you know that? You know that, right? You could go lie on me. You could tell me, oh, the word. I laugh at it, bro. Humor. But it's a strategy. And I think some of you need to realize this. I think those chains you got, bro, why don't you just laugh at yourself and realize it? You see what I'm saying? Why are you sitting here beating yourself up? Why are you sitting here thinking you're forever trapped? You know, I failed. Oh, you're right, Josh. I'm ashamed of it. I'm so ashamed I'm not going to do anything. No, man, laugh at it. Laugh at yourself. Laugh how funny it is. How we repeat the same thing. How we do it over and over again. How we're all just all humans and we think we're this. You know, it's funny. Again, that God owns it all. And we laugh. It's something to laugh at, to think that is not in his control. It's cute. Laugh, brother. Laugh. I know it's hard. That's why. Do you not see it? You see how hard the devil is trying to tell you it's so hard right now. You can't do this. No, he'll never be able to smile. No, he don't. Exactly. The devil wants you to look at reality, everything going on, so you can't take light and see the joy of your situation and laugh at the enemy and tell the enemy, look, you're right. There is those things, but I laugh because it's an optical illusion. You see, that's why I would laugh. So Chad, finger to the sky, man. God is good. Man, you know, bro, if this relates to you and you feel it, bro, I'm glad. But you need to pray on this. And if you don't take this PHILO after PHILO and think about it, it's useless. You need to see if this is for you. Okay? But above all else, man, remember, I believe, bro, I think some of y'all are way closer to God than you think. And I think others who think they are close to God are way further than ever before. You don't believe me? Go read the New Testament, damn it. But Chad, this is beautiful. But you got something. You are a warrior now. And don't stop playing around. That's what I'm saying. And why do you see what I ended it with? The laugh. You ever see those videos of the UFC fighters in public? I'm going to tell you guys, if you ever are in a street fight and you approach somebody and if things are about to get violent and they laugh, I would stay away from that person. I don't know if y'all feel me or have seen those videos, but that's what I'm telling you. You are that person. That's what I'm saying. What do you think the demon, the devil, he could bring real life. He could bring tragedy. He could bring all of it, and you look at him in his eye and laugh. That's it, bro. And again, what's the worst you're going to do? The worst they could do is kill you. But you'll never stop the truth. You'll never stop the love of the good things, and there is something bigger than all of it. So, Chad, take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. I'm going to skip to this. Lutnick, I have a trade deal pending approval. One trade deal reached with the country I will not name. I am awaiting another country before announcing. There it is, Lutnick. So, yeah, Lutnick just said he has a trade deal. All right, let's play it.
Nervous about this plan.
So there you go. That's the next one. Bro, we already have the spies from the morning. It's 40%.
We're going to cut GDP.
That's really good news.
Sachs, others raising
just the market's slow. We don't know if it's going to take off, but that is good news.
Are they getting it wrong?
Yes.
And you only have a couple minutes.
They're getting it wrong because they're not looking at the big picture. The big
what are we
picture
missing?
is...
Help us understand what we're missing.
If you do a trade deal with a country, and they say, all right, I'm going to open my market for $15 billion, okay, which is not big at all. It's small. And you do it 20 times. That's $300 billion. That's 1% of GDP. Go ask Goldman Sachs. If they do 20 deals and they do $300 billion,
is this the way to make a million
GDP
strategy?
Growth, right? So instead of having a $1.2 trillion
BRICS foreign
trade
minister
deficit,
condemns
we only have a
attempt to
$900 billion
undermine
trade
works of
deficit.
global
Still
institutions.
Terrible, right? And we have 1% GDP.
I already
growth, and we
have the plays,
$4
but I want to
trillion
take a
factories
daily,
built in
but
America.
I don't
Right?
like
Isn't
how
that
slow it
another
is.
point that
So I'm going to just
GDP
hold the other
Isn't
ones
that
from the
2
morning.
points of GDP growth?
They're up 40.
These are smart people. Some of the smartest people in the world. What are they getting?
Yeah,
Clearly
today's
they're
it's
going
slow.
to watch Brian interview.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird moves the last 2 days, like what Awaz is saying with like oil, and I agree. But here's the deal. Just like last week, the premiums might not move, and then it'll just have a massive day tomorrow. But I don't know. That's the risk right now. So I still took some plays earlier, and we had a couple on watch. Like I say, I got a SPY. The one from the morning is up 40 now, but I'm just a little hesitant on like intraday take it now. Tim Cook wants to build iPhones in U.S. Markets are getting tariff impact wrong.
When they do,
You just want
and
equal
they
tariffs
will.
because it is true. You sell an American car to Europe, the tariff is higher than their tariff coming this way.
Well, they make all these rules. That's outrageous. I mean, think of Japan, 94%.
But we don't want to be like Europe. We want them to be like us.
No, we want to sell there. We want to sell there. And we want to have more production here. I'll give you an example. Light trucks, like the Ram, right? Light trucks,
by the way,
which
great
we all
truck.
know. You ever see why they're all American? Do you ever think about that? You know why? Because in Donald Trump's term, in his first term, he put a 25% tariff on light trucks. Boom. There it is. We have domestic production. We're going to do that in cars. You're going to see the greatest resurgence of domestic car manufacturing ever over the next 2 years. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. And I'll wear it. I promise it, and I'll wear it.
Okay. I spent a lot of time in Michigan and Toledo. I got a lot of friends, the UAW. I know they're kind of semi-pseudo rooting for this. Last question, okay? And I want to ask about the markets because you're a markets guy. You're probably not going to go into the Jay Powell Trump thing. I get it. Interest rates. No, you're not. You're like, you're looking at me like, are you insane right now? And yes, I sort of am, but it's fine. But how about this? Over the last month, we've seen drops of magnitudes and rises that we've never seen before, right? The NASDAQ was up 12% one day. It's only happened one other time. Fell 9% one day. The volatility's been out of control. And there's like this idea that the Fed or the Treasury is always going to be there to bail out the markets. I've been doing this a long time, all right? Which I think, do you think that that encourages Wall Street hedge funds to take on unnecessary risk? So, because they think they've got like the Fed put, whatever, so that when we do see negative headlines or something the market perceives as negative, that we see these outsized drops, which piss off, frustrate, our audience of just retail investors, mom and pop, because Wall Street gets bailed out. My answer is this. Do you think that the Treasury and the Fed, not you guys necessarily, encourage excess risk-taking in the market?
No. I think the president is focused not on the markets, okay? He's just not focused on the markets.
I thought
He's
he was the
focused
stock
on
market president.
Well, you know what? That may have been whatever it was in the first term. This term, he's trying to reset global trade. It's hard to do. It takes strength. But he is going to protect the American economy. He is going to be the greatest economic driver. Okay? If Scott Bessent can work it out with China, which I hope to gosh he can, right?
Are you
the
friends
rest
with
of the world?
Are you friends with Scott Bessent?
Of course. Smart and capable person, and I'm relying on him, as we all are, to get a deal done with China, right? But he's relying on us to get our deals done with the rest of the world, and we are going to. We're going to drive economic growth. Okay? And that is what's going to drive America. You're going to see us protect and grow American industry, but you're going to watch us export cars that are built in America. And you're going to sit there and go, wow, I guess he was right. And you're going to see it, and you're going to talk to them all on your show.
Okay, it's on.
Have them on the show.
Okay.
And they will say, it's coming, and they're going to build it, and they're going to come, and they're going to hire the auto workers. Go ask the UAW how they feel today.
I will. I have.
Today.
I've spent actual time with them, and we're going to leave it. We're going to wrap it. I'll go, and Jim Farley and Mary Barra, if you're out there, we're happy to come anytime to Detroit. They've got the bulldozers already working a couple hours after getting the permits, which I think exemplifies that
40,000 construction employees. 40,000 construction
they're walking
employees.
around here, by the way.
People just don't understand the scale of the construction the president talks about.
Well,
think about that as GDP. Why don't they add that in? Because they're just fake news. Sorry.
I'm here. I'm very, very real, by the way, and so it seemed. And this was live.
And then this is real,
This
too.
was live.
And that's live, too. And that's live, too.
And they're live.
And 100 billion more is coming as far as the eye can see.
As far as it was
right
a mountain.
Here.
I got to do something
about that mountain. And this, by the way, is America. And we're building high-tech manufacturing in America, just like Donald Trump said.
Well, we're going to go tour it a little. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to wrap up now. Mr. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, a real pleasure. I appreciate you sitting down with CNBC in real life. Howard Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce for the United States. Kelly, back to you.
Brian, are you going to stick around, or is this it? We have to say, because you and me are just getting started here. Yeah, I think you should try to stick around. That was a great interview.
The market went up with him talking, right? It usually goes down.
With him and look around at some stuff.
But yeah, he said they have a deal. He just announced. I think the market front ran it. So CNBC knew, bro. If you guys were here during the PHILO when we started, that comment, she's like, well, maybe we have a deal. We never know. And then the other guy said it. One of the White House people said Trump is going to announce something. So they kind of front ran it. And then right here, he's like, yeah, I already have a deal done. We're just not going to announce it yet. And then we're waiting for somebody else. So they front ran that. But I think CNBC fucking knew this shit. I'm telling you, bro, we were right. We kind of saw that develop. That was very interesting. Yeah, I mean, in the calls, you would have got cheaper, but now they're starting to ramp up a little bit. The dailies got really cheap there. You just got 20. You could get 20% cheaper on the daily. I'm not touching them. I have a little bit of time on the other ones, but from the morning, it's already up 40. But my goodness, It was right here, bro. It was like CNBC, and I was like, did you guys hear that? She like hinted at it, and then you had the call. I stream alerted. I didn't stream alert the CNBC one. It just was an idea. But I stream alerted the other one here, and then we even had Lutnick here. So very interesting. I know we had the morning. Well, that's why I said watch that call. That's because of the morning presser. So yeah, we did kind of act on it, but not too crazy. Today's been slow, so it's still like not that wild of a move, but shout out to long term. So that being said, we're done with PHILO. I didn't play Uncle because we had that, so we'll play Uncle maybe in a little. But Chad, do you have any off-market questions or off-topic? Now would be your chance if you would like them. I told you guys my story from the gym yesterday on the watch list. That was my only update. I got hurt, and then a girl followed me around until she saw my face and then ran away. Yeah, Carney winning, I have zero feelings. I don't know how it'll affect my maple syrup consumption, but other than that, I'm proud of you guys, and I hope you have a good president. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I like golf. I'm not good at it. My TOS setup is practically default, man. I don't have anything special on it. I have really old TLT tutorials, though, or Thinkorswim tutorials on the trading fraternity if you want to go back. Ceramic jewelry. Ooh. That's nice. I've seen those. I've seen, like, jewelry makers, bro. I think that shit's dope. Good luck with that. I hope you enjoy it, too. That seems like a fun task. What's my shoe size? 13. So I'm really short, but I have gigantic feet. It's really odd. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to tell you my shoe size. Unless you want to give me free shoes. In that case, 9.5 or 10, depending on the brand. I did. I played a lot of sports growing up. Why do you think I'm not a bitch? So I played basketball. I played football for a little bit. Didn't like it. Played soccer. Was not good at it. My Arab father was disappointed. I played volleyball in high school, believe it or not. My short ass got game, dog. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, is sports-wise. Favorite caffeine source? I don't give a fuck. Just quantity. A lot of it. No, the Thinkorswim videos are on the trading fraternity. I have several tutorials on them. I even made them some 10 years ago. Okay, NVIDIA, Burlington, dude, look at the low ticker's frozen. So again, a series of trade rumors and potential trade deal. I think that's right around the corner. People are front-running the fuck out of this now after CNBC. This is all CNBC front-run. I'm telling you, we just kind of watch that happen in real time. My favorite food? I don't really have one. Like, I like everything. As long as, now it's healthy, but I don't know. Just everything. I've not built a basketball court, no. I do like sushi. If I were to pick a new car under 40K, Prius or Camry or Tesla. But then only if I could get away with driving an EV with said lifestyle. Have you ever thought about starting a charitable nonprofit so we could spread the love to those in need? Yes and no, but I have lost all of those ambitions. Sadly, I've done a lot, and I just realized I think I could give back with my work in a much more detached way, because I think I just get too involved, and I end up getting hurt, and I end up getting disappointed, and that's why I know I'm nothing close to our Lord and Savior, because the way he shows love for us, bro, is amazing. But yeah, sadly, like, because I give back a lot. I mean, I've done a lot of different projects and things, but I have noticed the ones where I'm not like directly involved and I'm either, supporting monetarily or other methods that don't require it. Those have been the ones that have done good. Those I haven't had, things, and it sucks because I want to have more of an impact, but I don't know if I'm ready yet for, because at this time I don't think I don't know, I've tried and I am not a good people person when it's all said and done. And I do want to help people out, but I need to learn how to handle better, the negativity. I know how to handle it, but I don't dude, it's just when you do stuff at scale, it's just so bro, I don't know how to, I don't want to help the bad apples anymore. That's just, like I said, that's been my big change. So we'll see. My prayer life been very good. I mean, that's how I've came to these decisions, because I think it's very humbling. That's it. That's what I said. I'm not God, bro. I can't. And I think at one point I tried to help out in a way where I was getting involved and doing all these things, but I don't think it would. And I think I needed to realize it. That's why I was trying to follow rules and I was trying to be nice. Europe not engaging well with tariff talks. Yeah, nothing on that. We're still holding. Reddit is running. We have old plays that are up. Right, does sound like Euro short. We'll see. But yeah, that's I think I'll do something like it, but I have to in a different way probably. But I still do, and I think I encourage you all to help out and support local community pretty much is what I've realized. Anything I've done for my local community and more real life rather than some internet stuff, it's always had a much bigger effect. And granted, we have changed a lot of lives through this. Again, I've seen a lot of it's crazy even today, to see some of you guys do businesses and what you've accomplished. And some people were never exposed to some of this stuff. And I'm glad at the right time some of y'all heard it. Trade representative says Europe not engaging well. That's hitting the wire again. I'm not a Freemason, no. No. Then I told you that story. One of my buddy's moms, growing up, this kid was crazy. And his mom was a Freemason. So I've seen the Freemason Bible. It's a King James Bible with an intro and pictures of Solomon's temple. I've seen the actual Freemason Bible. Yeah. I could probably get my hands on it. I don't think they're that hard to get. But, it is, and then the kid, bro, this fucking idiot. This is one of my dumbest friends I've ever had in my life. Oh, yeah, it's an actual thing. They have a Masonic Bible. It's just the King James Bible. It's a normal Bible, and then it has, certain parts and then certain images and added books, pretty much. So it was funny because, obviously, my dumb druggy friend at the time, his mom was a Freemason, but this kid never opened up a Bible. You know what I'm saying? But then he goes on a drug bender. Right? Not sleeping for 3 days, just drugs, right? And then what happens? He fucking opens up the Masonic Bible, and then he's I'm untouchable. And that, because it says you can't die, it talks about immortality and eternity, the Bible, right? So yeah, homeboy on his drug bender, never reading the book, he's oh yeah, okay. Bro, he starts going 140 on the freeway everywhere he goes. Everywhere. He's I can't die. And surprisingly, he didn't die. But the next week was the most insane part I've ever. It's insanity. I'd watch this kid go and literally just try to die, and he didn't die. And then he finally, he went to bed. And then he woke up and chilled out. And then, yeah. I think he went to jail a couple months later. And then, yeah. And that was his story. But yeah, I'm not a Freemason. This kid, I've told you, this is the same guy I've told you about. This is the same kid who spent $50K on Madden on his mom's credit card back in the day. Kid's insane. I haven't talked to him in a while. I hope he's doing good, but... yeah. No, his mom was a Mason. His mom's legit. His mom is big in Hollywood. I liked his mom at the beginning, but she's kind of shady after, because like she just enables this kid so bad, and like the kid could kill somebody and she would like sweep it under the rug for him. And that's why I was like, she's a good mom, but she's a bad person. But like she's balling though. She's big. So like she was a legit Freemason. She wasn't weird. Like his mom was like a boss. She was like a real lady boss. It was actually insane. I have read the Apocrypha. I've read the Apocrypha on stream before. We've read the Book of Enoch. Big fan. Smarter to add the same choice. Well, it's good to stack up plays, but the beauty of this small account is that no matter what, you will be good. Where is it? This is the one that Chad sent me. Look at this. I was saying small accounts. I want to know what happened here. Was this just bad options? This had to be options trading, right? Because I was telling you guys, don't, like, again, homie was like, I make $100 a week, after the Chad was like, I make $1 million a week. And literally, bro, just like straight up, it's all scalable, bro. And look at this. Look at that, bro. Like $100, $200. It's a nice $200 as the low of this. 4K, 5K, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Wherever you start from, you could turn it into something, man. And it builds up. And like I'm saying, bro, you get, 9K and you got a job, we going to get you a house. 9K to get a house. BS. I'm not even going to explain it to you. I'm just going to ban you. You're right. It's BS. Don't listen to me. It's BS, doc. Nope. But for anybody else out there, you got a job in 9K, we could get you a crib. But not Joe. Joe, it's impossible for Joe. So you will become what you think about. No. I've done this. U.S. only, yeah, unfortunately. You're saying, I read this book, I can't die. That's kind of what happened. You might be on DVR, though, too. You seem to appreciate the military. Why don't you join? Genuinely curious. Because I'm a bitch, probably. But I would like to join. I was even considering it the other day. I actually wanted to, because I know a guy, I know one of the sheriffs. I want to apply to be a part-time police officer. So I have a schedule and other commitments, but yeah, I don't know if I could do it with military, but I do. I would want to do something like that. Park ranger. I'd be down if I could, because I know a sheriff, dude. Like in one of the, it's not like San Diego. I know one of the sheriffs in Escondido. I know both of them. There's two out there that are really. That's how I could track license plates. But the one, they told me I could do it, but I have to like do a lot of time. Like it's a big commitment still, but yeah, I kind of want to. Why the police? Because I don't think I'm too much of a bitch for fire. I don't think again, military, I would love to. If I could help the military out, sadly, I think I could provide more value in like stuff with my brain and finances and other stuff. But I would love to serve if there was a way, again, I'm still young and I still have big obligations, and I'm not trying to, I'm not at the point in my life where, although if I wanted to, I probably could, but I'm not trying to like retire. And, I think it would be a shame if I stopped what I was doing and then changed plans. But I don't know. I did have this idea the other day. I talked to somebody about it. about being a part-time police officer. Medvedev expects Ukraine talks to end in peace. $20K but left your job. If you could get employed pretty soon, yeah. But without a job, you're going to need more cash. So if you have a job, W-2, easy. That will allow you to get lower down payment to get those keys. $9K enough for SoCal? Well, it depends where. You want to live in Hemet, yeah. Or if you want to get a condo, yeah. But obviously, it just depends on the price of the home. Favorite thing about real estate is it's real. Love real assets, man. A voluntary auxiliary for the military? I'll look into that. I will see. Yeah, bro, but I don't know. I'd like a cop thing, too. That'd be fun. You're getting too old. I have flat feet. Is that just in Egypt, though? So will they let me, so in Egypt, if you had flat feet, you couldn't join the military. So that's why my dad didn't have to do it. Thune told Republicans Senate will take a stablecoin bill before Memorial Day. Corona to Costa Mesa. It's nice. Yeah, you could get a condo out there. Or even something smaller. You'd be surprised. And dude, I saw a house in Riverside. I got a good off mark in Riverside, California. It's a mansion. They said that's LT sent it to me to make like a compound, but it's not big enough. But it was kind of big, but I was like, nah, we can't build like multiple units there. Working for a home builder and qualifying discount 13%. If they, I don't know what you're saying, but if you are able to get that, that's amazing. It's amazing. Run earnings, yes. Well, I'll open it up to the public if we're going to do the earnings previews. I did post 4 of them in the morning, though. So I already made one play in the AM, and then I posted Starbucks, Snapchat, Visa, and one more on my Twitter already. So those should already be up there. But I don't want to like go over them. I'm not going to do the plays for you. You have to watch the video and do it yourself. But I did post 4 previews. I've been looking in Florida ever since I went. I got my homie out of that deal, and I've been trying to find him one. And then it keeps plummeting, or at least like the numbers keep plummeting, but the prices won't. Medvedev, we already had that. When you buy a house in a place you've never been, is it easy to find someone to manage? Kind of. Trump calls Bezos a good guy. All right, Trump speaking right now, and you're going down. Hot dog. Yeah, he said Bezos a good guy. Remember all that drama in the morning there with Amazon. So I'm praying, do good, man. Do good. That's it. Watch the cost. Don't delay. Price it good. You'll be fine. He's a good guy. Incredible guy, really. I like him. Would you buy a 1.6 million home in Santa Barbara or multiple houses? It depends where you want to, like ones to live in or not. Which one do you value more? right? Because if that one you're going to live in, if it's good for your job and everything, like it's still an investment even if you live in it. You know what I'm saying? So if that will make sense and will save you money on living too, then why not? But at the same time, if you are going to buy cheaper homes, you got to see where you're going to live. What would it cost to live or rent where you wanted to live? And then what would be the return on the other one? So either way, but try to get a better deal. Whether it's the rental properties or the one you're going to live in, the real, like I've said from the beginning here, equity building and making sure that you just don't overpay right now in this market. It's borderline buyer's market now, so don't get clapped by it. Yeah, Trump said I'll focus on the economy in my speech tonight. So yeah, you remember that whole Trump thing? That was the second one right here. It's going to be about the economy. We're going to be reducing people's taxes. Nice. Good thing I showed you guys the tax chart on yesterday's watch list. Woo! So he's somewhere. He probably won't go live until after, but I'll double check. Yeah, Trump's not live yet, but he's speaking to somebody. So we're getting in the headlines. Again, he said we're going to reduce people's taxes. So that should be bullish, but like I said, with the uncertainty, I don't know how the market will react. So we'll find out. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Less taxes, more tariffs. So I don't know. I'm going to make a video on this again, but I talked about it on yesterday's watch list. This is the golden age, bro. That's it. Everything's bullshit, you guys. I'm sorry to tell you. I think now after seeing this, if this is the spending plan that gets approved, I legit think we're getting a golden era no matter what. Yeah. That's it. That's what I said. I can't believe it. It shocked me, bro. It shocked me. There's too much spending still. Doesn't matter if it's Trump or not. That's your fucking golden age, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, bro, that is the golden age. My good. So we'll talk. I'm gonna make it I talked about it last night on the watch list, but I'm gonna make another video on it. That'll be my weekend video. Nah, it's just like, dude, all of the noise. Because in a weird way, I just think everybody was underpositioned at the beginning of the year. Caused some drama, get shots at Trump. But if Trump really spends that much money, dude, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? It's not. This is stupid. Like, that's why deep down, if that bill gets approved for this next 4 years of spending, I am way less worried. Genuinely. Just because it's fake. It's just fucking government demand everywhere. That's all. Trump ends remarks to reporters, so we'll probably hear from him soon. All right, well, I need to go to the bathroom. You guys have any more off markets or any off topic? Otherwise, should we free the Chads? They can free them up. Yeah, no, my computer hasn't crashed. I think we chilling. I got scared the other day. Yeah, you have a multi-family development? Well, send me houses, bro. I'd love good deals. All right, we're freeing the Chad. Trump says he'll speak with Australians. And President Trump says he plans to visit Africa. India is coming along. I think we have a deal on tariffs. So I don't know if Lutnick is already talking about them or someone else. All right, well, we have freed the Chad. Welcome back. Let me play you some Uncle, and I will be right back.
Some people don't even have dreams, you know what I'm saying? But if you blessed enough to have a dream, chase it, bro.
I had a dream like Martin, then I heard a couple of stories. Never met my heroes, never had one. Never wanted things I never had, son. I got it, then I grabbed them. Looking back, these bitches Southeast sad them. Good more, don't ignore your sword for the war. Armor's no good if you leave that shit at home. I don't care if that match up with the drum. I ain't young, I ain't care about looking dumb. Out my way, we could talk when I'm done. Does it look like I'm finished? Even if I was, dog, I do my own dishes. Why the fuck you in my business? I ain't tryna be a menace. Need a couple minutes with your talking and your bitching. Just show me that you don't get it, look. Now I wasted your time trying to reprimand. Explain the basic shit so you could understand. I ain't being mean the way I teach. The big leagues ain't throwing underhand. I'm not the bad guy, I'm the best coach that you ever had. Something like LaMelo's dad. Mama was an immigrant, $5 an hour working with Brillo pads. We got some things we shouldn't have. So I could feel down, but I don't ever think I'm really sad. Life a miracle, but I won't give you one. But I could teach you shit, and you'll walk away with dividends. Wish you'll buy more, and then you'll wish you did it young. You missed the first harvest, but tell me about the second one. Trying to build while looking at the clouds. I'm looking at my hand, then I'm looking at the ground. Peter walked on water, but fell. When he looked around, I heard that story all my life. I think I start to get it now. Slow in the fast lane, answers in my last name. They really didn't listen, that's a damn shame. But that don't mean my plans changed. Maybe just the landscape did what I said without a handshake. 3,004 an ounce, that sound like a fair rate. Word is gold, they only kept theirs too late. So I'm out with your new face. A snake can move a few ways. And life a bitch that lie about how the fruit tastes. Welcome back.
Moelis. That top AI CEOs to testify at Senate hearing. AI hearing will take place next month. Where is Nike? There was that Kim Kardashian news. Never great deal was in there.
Long time. Check me. Yeah. $1 for the tacos, $1 for the chicken. Used to think life rough then, but now I'm reminiscing. Dreams feeling distant. Supposed to have her, shoulda had her, but now I have her. So frustrating, so irate. So I'm just saying, why the fuck we so patient? If this was 68, we woulda had a riot. Now you speaking for the people and they tell you be quiet. I ain't buying it. Little guy defend the MNC, anoint him at the DNC. Why your social movement always benefit the S&P? The first place to look for enemies. It's not your fucking family, nor your core beliefs. I hope you see the war beneath. Forget about the future, they say only grab what's in your reach. They ain't smiling at you, it's a battle and they showing deep. Taught you how to criticize, so wisdom stay beneath your feet. Man, I'm feeling overlooked. They ain't even hungry, but they telling us that we cook. Hard to read the room if you can't even read a book. Yeah, hard to fake a smile when they sewn our mouths shut. Fuck, we won't even hear this. You won't even feel this. Jealousy override empathy and realness. A corporation steal this, repackage it and reel it. Evil so fearless, it's so shameless. Saying I'm blameless. The generation filming in the moment won't say shit. Why we call it brain dead when it felt like our soul dead? Or maybe we just sold it. Oh shit.
You guys remember this one? This was yesterday. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a cold, baby. Coach always said, don't look down when you dribble. Arguing right, left, I went up the middle. That's a big account, but it started with a little. So before the bounce, I sold for my initial. Swear I lost count, head just on a swivel.
That's it, that's all you get. I know, you saw the beat yesterday. I told you Uncle he's ready to go, bro. He's ready to go. That's a big account, but it started with a little. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. We only got an hour and a half left. So, yeah, welcome back. We finished early. We got a lot of headlines. We got that. I did get the beat, bro. Uncle liked it. He's going to play with it a little bit. He'll get back to you. I'll get back to you on there, too, if he's too lazy. But he liked it. It was wavy. Very clean. Very clean. I liked it, too. I was like, yeah, that hits, bro. That hits. CVI. Where are the pharmas? The pharmas. Very low volume today. I don't know if it improved with some of the like trade rallies, but nah, yeah, it's trash, dude. 29 million with an hour and a half left. So very low, but then again, you do have a lot more buybacks and earnings coming out. Leak data. Next Uncle album. Hertz is selling off too. Again, a couple of names kind of popping right now. Rail, freight car, small, very illiquid, up 1.5 on a candle. Tesla adds over 1,000 workers for semi-truck output. Insider. I don't know if that's a person or a brand for the source, but yeah. UHS. Well, everything's still, we've been holding up here again. That premium, very wild, but you're still just kind of chilling here. Again, there is a lot, like in terms of, I think the last hour or so, you just kind of got a flurry of these trade headlines. We just got the Trump thing. He's going to be live in a little bit. So we'll see. And Medtronic, somebody's asking about medical devices. Whatever rail is, that thing's going up. Clorox. Okay, Starbucks. I posted, there's 4 earnings, so I don't know if you guys want any more, but I did post on my Twitter the ones that I think are important. You're awesome. Bro, Mike McKee? Wow, thank you. I like you. I like Michael McKee on Bloomberg, too, but yeah. You share the name of one of the Bloomberg guys. I'm Mike McKee. He's the guy who does all the data. Well, I appreciate it, Mike McKee. It's a fun name. Woo! Tesla semis. I mean, I've heard about that for a while. I think they have a couple. It's kind of cool, but yeah, I think this is the next one. I don't know. Snap is going to, I wonder what they're going to say about tariffs. They'll be like, nah, every Snapchat gets tariffed. What do you mean? It disappeared, but the tariff stays. What? I'm Evan Spiegel. Yeah, Booking is important. They're just expensive. That's the other one I posted. Yeah, I really like Booking because Booking is going to set up travel. So Expedia and all the other ones, that's probably where they're going to start moving. Yeah, the shipping container. Don't get me started. There's Tesla. The ball on the high as well. State Department, if there's no progress, U.S. will step back as mediators about Russia and Ukraine. So, yeah, we still have that lurking, but I think all of those headlines are going to be nah. They did cite Middle Eastern tensions before. That's why Snap, they're just weird with their guidance. But then again, it's been a while. Their last earnings was decent, but it wasn't like the best. But I don't know. And then Pinterest and a few others. What I'm really looking for, like we talked about on the watch list on Sunday night, I'm looking for all the advertisers to do good. So if Snap does good, Google, Meta, Pinterest, TTD, anybody related to ads, right? If they do good, don't underestimate how bullish that is. And a lot of people will really like that, at least for the media companies, especially with the level of fear that we have right now. It will be good when you do that. The ghetto spread, I got a tutorial on it. It's how we turn 500 into 30,000, I believe. But you buy an option, and then once that option goes up in value, you short another option further out of the money for more than what you paid for the original contract. And then it turns into a debit spread, but now you paid for it nothing, and you get all your money back with upside. Oh, ready? They're not today. Are they Wednesday or Thursday? And then Chipotle and SPY might break. It's so slow, though. Again, this move is just tiny. We're not even 1% today, and it looks kind of big, but volume's low. But I hope you guys are seeing how slow it is and small. So, yeah, SMCI today. Oh, that could be a good one. Oh, where is it? Oh, I want the long term. Yeah, at least TLT got a good day, good showing, and it was actually like natural gain. It wasn't just like going up pre-market, you know? It wasn't like making up a loss. Yeah, First Solar, I saw that one. I don't think I'll play it, but that could move still, just in the sense of being on the cusp. I don't even know if this is a short squeeze. It's very small. This was just like yesterday with like the lack of like reasons why. Now this was like trade deal. There is nothing really new here. And I would even argue this trade deal shit's not new. India, we were saying this for 2 weeks. But now you got people kind of hyping that up again. But it's small. It's 0.75% on the Nasdaq. SPY, or even Russell. Dow might go 1%. Trilling puts is a better way to put it. There was articles this morning saying how, I forgot, who was it? I don't think of JP Morgan. I think it was Susquehanna. They said that people should be buying cheap puts. They said hedging protection is cheaper. That was off of Josh AI. The swings do make it feel bigger, but, and then it seems like you're just going, like, this looks like a one-way road, but these were the big candles. But compared to some of the other days, this is just very, very different pace. Okay, long term is about to recover the fucking Liberation Day. Like prior Liberation Day. That's crazy. Not Liberation Day, the first one, I think. The deal is probably Norway. We have no idea. So Trump said stuff on India, said they're close. Lutnick said they have a deal that they have not announced yet, and that they still want the other ones. He said he's waiting for another person. You're going to sell your Starbucks and put it in a high-quality divvy name? Please don't say. You did good on the quiz, bro. But there's no way you're talking about your long-term. But if you are, I would keep that to yourself, okay? But that's a dumb idea. That's why I said I've seen this too many times this week, and it's so odd that people are doing that. You know, that move would have been good at a different time, if that makes any sense. I think it does. You could go and see it all. To decodify if it's a deal. I don't know, but that's the part I don't like about it. They've been hella slow about this. We've heard this India, Japan stuff for 2 weeks now. Same with pharma. Even all that Pfizer stuff that hit today. That's why we were expecting that a while ago. I don't know if Mexico just dropped out of nowhere, but the currency didn't move. I still haven't been to Dutch Bros. They're interesting though. I like their store growth, but I don't think I'm a buyer of them yet. But even if you did though, like I'm saying, this pervasive idea and of all of a sudden people really want to move right now at the kind of one of the worst times. Like you're right in the middle of the gain and the loss, and there's been no real development. Meaning it could get a lot better or a lot worse, but you know, it's kind of just letting the fear get you to make a worse deal. But Don't let me hold you. Do whatever you want. You know where I stand. You see my portfolio. So get it where you fit in. I like Amazon. I don't like the price, but I think it's a great company. One of the best. I think it might be FOMO. I don't know, though, but because I'm glad we got to buy it, but like I said, I was telling you yesterday, even through the weekend, of this pervasive impatience of like, I'm not seeing people say I want to buy. I'm not seeing people I want to sell. They want to sell one stock and rotate over to another, but then they are breaking the whole 10-year minimum thing. So the best thing you could do, stop buying whatever you want to sell and just start buying the stuff you want to buy. That forces you to plan, save, and be patient. Does that make sense? But most people want to cheat. And they're like, well, instead of saving, being disciplined, patient, and then dealing with these emotions of feeling like I'm missing out, I'm going to go and just sell what I have now and use that money. Like, do you see how that is a trick? That's what I'm telling you. It's just like, be careful with it. Like, you know, it's an easy answer. It's a shortcut. But that's why usually it comes with other things. So if you really want to buy something, I would be very cautious to rotate out of something that you already decided you wanted to hold for 10 years. Otherwise, I would reassess your whole plan and ask yourself, why are we parading around 10 years minimum and not following through with it then? Then what do it's not really a long term. It's just a glorified swing trading account. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure that out and stick with it. But the longer it takes to settle on the answer, that's where we lose opportunity. The Bezos, I've seen it everywhere, bro. I think it's a psyop. It's been everywhere. Uncertainty is down. I mean, we're not at peak uncertainty. That was right before April 9th or whatever, or April 3rd. But it's definitely still lingering. Wow. You were trimming at the top to move to a house, didn't go through, and you put it into NVO. That's good, but be careful. That worked out for you. So you just went 120 on the freeway, and there wasn't a cop. That's why it worked. It's not going to, so just stick to the rules, guys. That's all. That's all. USDA to give $1.3 billion to specialty crop producers. But yeah, it's happened though a lot this week. I've seen just save. Just anything you want to buy, you could get there with a plan and saving. But if you do choose the other one, we'll see. I'll show you mine. That's it. We didn't do anything. So imagine during all we did was just took it on the head, bought more, which was because I didn't want to, but even then it would have done the same thing. And then it chilled. So that's the unfortunate part with the whole patience game. So I encourage a lot of it. Yeah, we saw that Tesla news a little earlier. Didn't really react. Volume is really low. And now it feels like after all these trade headlines, we got 15 minutes till the close. But yeah, it's chilling. The real estate course, no, it's still up there, but we're not really I'm not trying to find more agents or anything. And then you can't sign up for stream alerts or the long-term alerts. Those have been closed for now. You would have been up more if you would have left it. Oh, you didn't bottom. You're down on NVO with all the house money? Yeah. So that's the other rule. Like I said, you sell when you're in escrow, and then you move it on over. So why did you back out of the house? What happened? Yeah, DVR will do that. Someone took it? Oh, so you didn't even have like a offer accepted? So yeah, be careful. If you are trying to buy a house and sell the long term, you do it when you're in escrow. This is why I've told you guys this. USDA funding will go to fruits, vegetables, and tree nuts. Rubio to speak with Indian and Pakistani and counterparts soon. In Ventura? Dude, Alejandro, we have the best guy in Ventura. His name is Nick Bowen. And man, I love this guy. Good guy, bro. Someone gave him a free house. You know that? That's how good of a guy he is. One of his clients was like, take this house. Because he said his own son wouldn't, and he pretty much hooked Nikki B up with this house. I don't know if it was free, but it was like super cheap. And even Nikki B helped out another Chad. We had a Chad. He wanted to sell me his house in Ventura for half off. It was a $400,000 house, and he couldn't sell it. And he was like, Josh, I'll sell it to you for $200K. And I was like, listen, bro, I would love to make $200,000, but I was like, do you need the money right now, or do you have 30 days? And Chad told me he had 30 days. So I said, let's do this. I put him in touch with Nikki B, and Nikki B got that house sold for him at $400,000. So I lost $200,000 of opportunity, but everybody else won, and I'm happy. So, but then I could tell this story, and that way I could tell you, Nikki B in Ventura, that is a stamp of approval. So, yeah. You email me, I'll forward it to him. tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Humana. No, I probably would buy Humana. Humana is still deeper value. Oh, you went to Nick's open house? No way. That's crazy. I know Nick does do a lot for his community. Christmas lights, giving back, charities, everything, vets. Stop it. What do you mean sell in escrow? I mean you get into, so like you want to buy a house, get your offer accepted, then you put down what deposit or not, and then now it's in escrow. You're going through a 30-day process, maybe less, maybe more, to transfer the property over. And that's where you put funds and everything else. So that's why I tell people, because like the story I just told you with the other Chad, is that you don't want to sell your long, because we're going to use our long term for a house. That's fine. But don't make the mistake of selling your long term when you're not in escrow, because there's no real deal there if you're not in escrow. But if you do get in escrow, that means, all things considered, unless you back out or something goes wrong, you're going to buy that house. So that's when you move the money. That's when you sell out. That's when you turn it into the cash and buy the home. Yeah, you sell once it's secured, not on anticipation. Exactly. Because you don't want to be in that. Because sometimes it could be better or worse, but you just don't want to get out of one position till you're ready and the other one's ready to go. Because then what ends up happening, it's like trying to leave a moving car and jump to another, but then they're both kind of moving, and then if you don't do it while there's a bridge, escrow, they're both going to run away from you. You see what I'm saying? Because now you'll end up with no stocks and no house. Or now you have to either chase one or the other. So that's why I wait till escrow, let your money move around with it all, and once you're fully decided on that, boom, pull the cord and sell it and move it on over. And that's it. for the deal. Like I'm saying, get into escrow. Trust me. You know, do you see what's happening? Even what Homeboy's even saying there. You may have gone through other moments, but like you need that bridge between the boats. That's it. And you can't anticipate. If you try to anticipate it, maybe you'll get an awesome jump, right? But if you fuck up, you're in the ocean and both boats are still moving. You see what I'm saying? So we need to get that good connection. And that's why I wouldn't be selling until I'm in escrow. And now you have that bridge between the two laid. You're lost the connection between escrow and a house? It's because people, well, I'm going over a real life story. A Chad just told me that he sold his long term to buy a house, but then he didn't buy the house, right? And the rule I have given for the last 5 years, I always told you guys, if you're going to sell your long term for a house, don't sell your stocks until you're in escrow. Because to avoid that situation where if you sell your stocks and the deal falls through because you weren't, committed to the other property, then you could end up with no house and no stocks and then having to chase and then you're getting slippage somewhere. So that's why I'm just saying I wouldn't sell your long term until you're in escrow on the property, and just be careful of trying to lead into it. And I know the market moves and a lot goes on, but so same thing with real estate. If you don't get that deal and then you took all of these taxable events and you did all of this stuff, and then now the prices are it could leave you in a weird spot. So that's why I say just wait for it and you will be good to go. There's no tax benefits, no. But at least it's not a waste. What can you do to help you get into court real estate? Stay involved. I don't know. Like I said, we don't really want random. I want quality, and that's kind of been the thing. So, I don't know. You've been really active on Watchlist and everything. We could talk when you get there. Get licensed and start getting the ball rolling, and honestly start reaching out to people. Ivy, tell everybody that you are going to be an agent. Don't tell them when you are an agent. Tell them what you're doing and say, you better talk to me. We're going to stay in touch. And, and that's what I'm saying. If you could really knock it out, get it quick, I think you've already left your impression in the chat in a good way. So that goes a long way, and we'll just go from there. But definitely start. Get the ball running. That's what it is. Don't delay on the pre-licensing. Fucking run it through. You could get it done in 45 days. Study, do a crash course ahead of the test so that you don't have to take it multiple times. And then start reaching out to people before if you have this all in your capabilities, this is how you could be sprinting into the gates as you get this going. So do it. Oh, you finished? Oh, fuck yeah. There you go. Now see? Now you're talking. Yeah, do a crash course if you don't feel prepared. We have a cheat sheet. I could get you that probably. We have a cheat sheet for the California test. But other than that, if you don't feel confident, you take that. What about taking a loan backed on your long term? Because you wish I did that instead of selling in September. We had no knowledge. Now I feel like shit. No, why? Did you buy a house? Or did you not buy a house? We'll start with that. So step one, you sold in September, but did you end up buying a house? That's the first thing to determine how much shit you should feel like. If that makes any sense. So if you didn't buy the house, I could understand why you would feel a little bit like shit, but chalk this up to a expensive learning lesson. Other than that, if you ended up with a crib, I would not really be crying about it because that's exactly what we were supposed to do. But loaning against the long term, it all depends. So I'm not going to say it's a bad idea or a good idea, but one, interest rates are high right now. Okay? Two, the second big thing about it was really that when it's all said and done, this whole long-term housing. Wait. No, it's another. Okay, yeah, but when dealing with properties, you got to be careful and you don't want to be forced out of a deal. So that's what I don't like about loaning against assets. You could get called at any moment. So if Trump brings the market down and it's backed by your portfolio, you could get margin called on a loan. You see what I'm saying? That's the risk, is that if you borrow against your long term, but you don't sell, and then it goes down, unfortunately, they could be like, you have to give us $30,000 now or we're selling it all. And we need our money back. Because it's a floated loan. It's floated against the security. So you're good. Your first flip, it was on the sideline and you didn't profit. You got your money back. Yeah, so that's the case. I think you're right there in the middle. But you did it the right way. That's it. It's just the deal. That's why I make sure good house deal. But I wouldn't really feel too bad about that. You did it the right way. You see what I'm saying? You had a house. You closed on the deal. You sold when you had the deal. That's normal. Now, if the deal didn't do the best or worst, that's different scenario. But even then, I wouldn't really be tripping on that. But like I'm saying, the situations that are avoidable, and if you sold out without that, if you sold and didn't get a house, then yeah, I would feel like shit. But other than that, I think you got to just find good deals there with it and keep doing it, bro. I think, Eddie, I've been praying for you, dog. But I know you're gonna have your breakthrough moment soon. But you got to chill. Keep grinding. You have the ability to get money, and you've been doing good at that. Just let it arrive, and you'll see. But I think you're going to have a breakthrough very soon. But you're in the right direction. I just lower some of the emotions a little bit. There's, whether it's feeling a certain way or not, but you should take pride in doing the right decision. And that's going to help you get to that moment. Like, long story short, it's like if you don't take pride in being sober and you miss the lifestyle, you'll probably go back to the lifestyle. So if you make good decisions that are objectively good, but you don't feel as good about them, and you're like, oh, but if I did this, if I levered all my money, you be careful. That's that chain trying to pull you. Fuck it. Trust me. Real estate, you're doing the right steps. It's just a matter of time. I mean, that's the story of my life, to be honest. You be in the right neighborhood, be in the right area, do the right things, work hard. I would be surprised if you didn't get hit in the face, with a good opportunity. You need a bigger house, but have a condo at 2.9, rent it out, because you can still qualify for a loan if you get it rented out. They'll qualify the income of the renter, so you could get a full loan on whatever else you need. I do like low down payment deals, yes. You know that single family is better, but how do you feel about condos? How I feel about condos is that single family is better. I hope that answers your question. So far, are they down or up still? Every TOT all day, almost 1% with nothing being a give back or getting back the gain, Trump is going to talk about the economy. We had that. The rumor was here, and we had no idea, but he did confirm he will be talking about economy and taxes. So that'll be good. Not to mention the other deal that they were supposed to sign. Before you could flip full time, it all depends on what area you're in, but enough to do a deal. I would say probably, and then again, depending on your living and all of that, but I would say probably like 25 to 50K in reserves if you want to do that as your only source of income. But then again, it boils down to your deals. That's it. Like, you could flip houses. You could flip as many as you want. And like, people do it differently. I like good deals. Like, so for most of you guys, For the stock traders, my strategy works very well, where you could be patient, hunt, build up the long term. You're looking for a steal of a deal, but there's people out there, they're just flipping that 5-10% margin over and over and over again as a job. So depending on how you want to do it, that's what would depend. Utilize the VA loan, I don't know how strict they are on income, and if maybe one of the VA chads could help, but I still think you'll need like a year and a half of W-2. I believe that's usually for any government-backed loan, which VA would qualify. But I know some chads have really good experience with the VA loans. So, but I'm pretty sure a year and a half minimum. When to sell from your employee stock plan? Come on, bro. Why do you want to sell out of your employee stock plan? Just quit. So that's my strategy. If you want to sell a company in an employee stock plan, why don't you just quit? Terrible advice, but if you don't even believe in holding the company to make money, why would you work for them? So that's how I feel about it. Tough job market, but do you not believe in the company? Why do you not like where you work? Why don't you like your stock? Most people like it, unless it's like Tesla and it's gone down 50% in a year, but even then you should still be up. But yeah, it comes with a lot of good benefits. Yeah, you get the discount, and then if you're working, you're literally enriching that company, and you're making that company money. So what don't you not believe in? Yeah, if you love yours, fuck yeah, and you should fucking ride in, invest in what you're bet on yourself is what I tell you all. It's consultant based, and I think AI will take over time. Honestly, sell it when you leave is my just opinion. So not a recommendation, but if that's it, you got a little bit of fear about the future, just sell it when you leave. Otherwise, if you're not ready to leave the company and move on, I don't know why you would sell it. Because why are you going to make them money and not get a piece of it? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, you get a piece of what you make. You get a discount. You're getting equity. You're seeing them make money. You could even, man, the better work you do, you could do even more on that, and maybe even help the company. But if you don't believe it's there, you think opportunity's limited, you leave the company and take your stock with you. But I'm not working for free. You know what I'm saying? If you're working there and you're making them money, you should get paid too. Not only just your salary, but that equity that you have been given and have the access to. So that's how I feel personally. And I've said this for a long time. Say, oh yeah, you sell when you want to leave the company. That's it. Otherwise, you're working every day. You're clocking in, making them money. Why don't you want a piece of that? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's your equity, and you're getting it cheaper than anybody. I try to stay positive, but life knocks you on your ass. It does, bro. It does. That's why everything I say is so fucking weird. Because I'm well aware of that. And that's why I say you just got to laugh at it, bro. For real. Because one day, you keep going, bro. You really work out. It's a cycle. This too shall pass, bro. And we all have moments of good, bad, better, worse. And then you keep repeating it. So, but one day you might look back at it and laugh. So I encourage you to do that now and laugh at some of it and find some humor in it so you could lighten up the load and keep working. And trust me, that's what I said, good steps, good decisions, objectively good. You working hard. Okay, Big Pop. Yo, that's not normal. Okay, it already came down, but looking at the clock, this makes no sense. This isn't like a 30-minute rigged move or anything. So yeah, check if any currencies move though, but Bitcoin kind of had one. All right, we'll see. I think it's just a pump fake, but big volume, but we've been doing that on the damn, all these trade headlines. Trump to unveil more tariff relief to Michigan. Or during, this could be the same one. No, yeah. So look at, I have another source saying rumor, and then one source says Financial Times. To me, it sounds like a reiteration of what we just heard. Does that make sense? Because we already, like we said, we know he's going to talk about the economy, and people have been talking about the trade deals and all that shit, you know? But I think that it could just be a reiteration. I think it's confirmed, but I think it's a reiteration. I saw the USDA one, though, like 1.3 billion, and then the certain plants or crops. Via a loan. Yeah, we don't do that here. So I have to ban both of you. Sorry. So don't do that. You guys should know that. As like I say, I don't trust people, and it sucks. You're a veteran, but no, I'm not creating that promotional segment. I don't want to introduce you guys to somebody that I didn't verify, and then it ends up being something out of my control. So don't ask for it. Don't offer it in my chat. It's very simple. So sorry, but that has been a long-standing rule. That's why I've always said you email, I will forward it to the person, because then that way I could verify who it is and confirm it. And that way I have a written trail of what has gone on. So otherwise I don't want to be involved in it. And I need to keep people safe. You do get penalized a little bit on the Roth. It just all depends. Got accepted. Someone offered 15K more. What would you do? Well, if they already accepted your offer, they can't back out. So if they accepted your offer and are trying to back out, depending on if you put a deposit, they're not allowed to. So it just all depends. I don't know what state you're in or what type of agent you have, but you can email details and I could send it to an agent in your area. Yeah, new car tariff climb down in Michigan. That's Trump. Financial Times article, but it seems like a reiteration from earlier. End of the year, they would be. I want them to help you. Yeah, I told Cole agents to help you guys out, and even I gave them an instruction manual on helping find you guys equity, because that's what I want. That's what I said. Y'all saved, y'all built long terms, y'all were faithful about it. You see what I'm saying? That's why we're gonna help out and do it in the best way, but we got to take it seriously. And that's why I said I would rather pay an agent. If the agent just wants a commission, I'll pay them to leave you alone. I want people to hunt and find a great fucking deal and find equity building and maximize it. Because like I said, this is going to be some of your guys' biggest investments. You already spent 4 or 5 years saving in the same discipline. We're going to apply it now to a home and make sure that it's worthwhile and make sure you're protected and make sure you have that equity. You could get the course, but if you're listening here too and what I'm telling you and hunting and making, don't buy it. I did it right before I went to Miami. Or I think I was in Miami. I gave a little tutorial. I showed some of it. We could still finish that, but yeah, it's really a matter of saving, planning, finding a way to hunt for deals, go through the steps, get pre-approved, and know what you could actually do, and go from there. Do we have an agent in Oregon? I don't know. I think we might. I don't think he's part of the team anymore. We had one, I think. But email me, and I could forward it, and they could get back to you. Trump speaks 5 or 6, and it's about the economy. It's going to be in Michigan. There's even going to be one at a community college, or maybe they're the same one. But, yeah, he's supposed to announce stuff about taxes, the economy, and car tariffs. That's kind of how all the info we gathered today kind of compiled all to that event with the executive orders. I'm moving like a police officer already. I'd be a chill cop, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that cop towed my car last year. That guy was such a dick. And then he followed me to the gym. You guys remember that? It was like a year or two ago. I got pulled over. Homeboy tows my car. Then said I was street racing when I wasn't. I had to clear that up. They put my car in the lot. They were about to crush it. Because they said street racing. I was like, bro, it's fucking my tags. The fuck is wrong with you? And then, tell me why 24 hours, 48 hours later, I'm fucking lifting right next to this cop who pulled me over and towed my car. Oh, that little... I flexed on him. I did. I did like 50 reps on that set to let him know. Mm-hmm. Grunting each rep. Dude, I grunted at the gym the other day. I kind of like surprised myself. I like let out a and I was like, oh shit, my bad. Trump administration working on changes to Biden-era rule that would limit most countries' access to U.S.-designed chips. Removing tiered system and replacing it with government-to-government agreements. That sounds huge. Am I tripping? Look, NVIDIA is moving right now. You got big chip news out the White House. Check if is Intel winning. They're all going down off of it. So they want to change some of the chip ban. That's huge. I think that's actually very big. Reaction is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. So NVIDIA, I'm surprised. I thought NVIDIA would go up on that. That means they were benefiting off of it? Okay, NVIDIA dropping. That's big. I guess, does it add too much controls? Yeah. So again, it's coming out right now, man. They're saying this is brand new. They're saying working on changing the Biden-era rule that would limit most countries' access to U.S.-designed chips, and then replacing it with a government-to-government agreement. Increased restrictions. I got the opposite, but, you never know in this market. Because I feel like this is just a way to cut out China and then free the chips to everybody else. But so far, first reaction is negative, and some of you are responding saying it is, I don't know, price control-ish? I don't know how to describe it. Very interesting. But that's new. That's fresh info. I don't think we've heard that up until now. I think that's going to have a follow-up, dude. We need more details on this. That one's going to be interesting. Because that has to do with chips. It has to do with NVIDIA, China, and it's like new. Like, I don't know. We've heard a couple of things. Oh, NVIDIA banned. Remember, last 2 weeks you had that other stuff. And then the Huawei chip yesterday. But, yeah, that one's interesting. I think that one, if today's the first word, we're going to hear more on that in the next coming days, maybe end of the week. Remember, we still got a lot of data, earnings, GDP, all that shit. Interesting. But that's the first thing I've gotten today where I'm like, that's new. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they know how to it's weird. I don't even know how to interpret it. I think bullish, But that's why I'm like, it also does have a hint of price control, or again, control, more tighter control. But I also see it as just clap China, free everybody else, you know? So very interesting. But that's a new. Lately, we haven't not gotten any new shit. So I'll take that. Man. So you guys, I love you. But screw you. You know that? Screw you. See, this is why I don't look at my email no more. Because I look over, why do I got 10 fucking emails about I want a first house all of a sudden? And you know why I'm bothered by that? Because 2 weeks ago, I ain't get, all them emails just stopped. Y'all really getting wealth affected, huh? This is called the wealth effect. Because every time it's at all-time highs, you like, maybe I should buy a house. You right, Josh. And then it go down $3,000. They're like, nah, fuck that. Fuck a house. Why? Who even live in a house? Why I even need a house, Josh? Fuck that. A Tesla 190. Fuck, I'm going to live in the Tesla, Josh. Fuck you. I don't need no damn house. 3,000 off the highs. What am I going to do with that house? I'm going to fucking live in it? I can't live in no house. You know about tariffs, Josh? Like, what? So, yeah. But I got a lot of emails now, but they were non-existent 2 weeks ago when at the lows. Oh, man. So, yeah, man, get a crib. Get a crib. I will forward you to a Colt real estate agent, but like I said, this is why I'm a little disappointed, because your portfolio does not matter. Yes, it will help you with your down payment and other things, but we're not rushing this, okay? So that's what I'm saying. You don't need to rush because your portfolio is high or low. We need to find a good deal. That's what I want for all of you. That's what I've instructed all these agents to do. We want equity building. So we have to just look every day now. And some of you have been doing it, and I've been following up with you. You have been finding some good ones. But you get what I'm saying? You just got to go little by little and don't force it. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Oh, I don't check my Instagram like that. Tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Your emails haven't not, because every time you ask to see your email, it goes to the back of the list. And I think yours still, half of yours still go to spam, bro, because you've sent a lot. So I'll try to go through it, but either way, every day, find an off market. Bubba Jones and Bibsy. Isn't it when you say, yeah, but we've been talking about it, and I was telling you guys a couple weeks ago, but I do think at the depth of the downside, some people were like, oh, they were reconsidering life, dude. What do you mean? That's it. After Donald Trump just rug pulled everybody on the tariffs, everybody was like, what? What is life? I can't believe this. Oh, man, I'm sore. What's up, big dog? Chilling, man. Chilling. Get ready for the gym. We only got 30 minutes. I told you, I got hurt yesterday, too, bro. Bitcoin again? Let's see. 5564. It's hella chill, though, man. You're like 6 points within the high, and you've stayed like that for 2 hours now, 2.5 hours. Snap, big drop. Finger's good. It hurts a little bit, but I hope I can lift today good. Yeah, Snap is dropping ahead of earnings, then TKO on the high. Yeah, latest one was that chip news was hella weird, but no reaction. But this is, I think tomorrow, man, just be on the lookout for it. Tomorrow might be a big premium day. I think today was like last week. It seems this is so small. I'm telling you, a lot. Even all the pre-earnings, post-earnings, man, it's all very, very calm. Acupuncture. My sister told me to do acupuncture, but I'm scared of needles like that, bro. So I don't know. Maybe I think I would trust your mom to do it, but I wouldn't trust any you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not letting no random put no fucking needle in me. That's it. I got scarred as a kid. I had a nurse once pull my blood, and she sucked at her job, so she had to stick me like 15 times, and now I hate needles. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Horrible experience. Yeah, bro. We've not, bro, look at the board. The scoreboard can't even hit a 1. Well, no 1% today. Mm-hmm. I am a grown man now, so I avoid those situations. That's exactly. Because when I was a kid, I couldn't do that. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I say, fuck that. And now I leave the AC on 24/7. Amen. Who else is there? PayPal. Dude, PayPal decent. All of the earnings were just off the gap, but dude, today was tight. Like, small. Did I watch Sinners yet? No. But like, I turned it off before because I started to feel a little judgy. Bro, I open up my TikTok and it's literally, I straight up, like, I see a pastor, like a full-blown pastor, making a sermon about this movie and why you need to see it and all. And I'm just like, what? And I started to get a little, like, judgy, and I was like, I just turned it off and I moved on. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people have talked about the movie, but I don't really know what it's about. You guys told me something with vampires and 7 sins, and now apparently pastors are making sermons on it. And I was like, I don't know, man. So, but no, I haven't seen it. You know what movie I watched? I forgot to tell you. I watched it on Friday with my girl because we're nerds and we like this movie. We watched the original one together and we love it. We both love this movie. I watched The Accountant. Accountant 2. I like it. It was actually funny. It was more funny than action this time around, but yeah, I love that series. I love the original of The Accountant. The Accountant is one of my, it's a good movie. I would call it one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but it's up there, bro. That's a good-ass fucking movie. So we watched the second one. I enjoyed that. That was just, as in no sin, no nothing, just a little action movie, you know, with some smart people. I was down. Mm-hmm. I've never watched Star Wars in my life. I know some of the characters, and I know they got that, like, little jet ski car thing, but I've never seen Star Wars. Yeah, I know. For how nerdy I could be, I've never seen Star Wars in my life. The OG Mortal Kombat? I don't remember. No, I don't think so. Uh-huh. I have seen Interstellar, but I'm not going to lie to you. the people who are like, Interstellar's the best movie ever, I don't get it. I don't like, it was a decent movie, but like I've seen people make hella philosophical, like, oh my God, in Interstellar, like they will die. And I'm like, it's not that good. I'm like, y'all did not think for yourself, huh? Y'all just buying the hype. Cause Interstellar is a good movie. It was a decent movie, but I wasn't like, what do you mean too many big words? Do you know how, do you understand my vocabulary? That's it. I purposefully keep it small, but no, that's not the problem. It was just, yeah, 11 out of 10 movie. I think it was a decent movie. I've never been like, oh my God, Interstellar. Like people said they cried during it and every time, and it's so, yeah. It's like, nope. IMAX? Well, IMAX is different. I remember my first IMAX movie. Those shits are crazy. All right, man. We're still chilling up here. What time is it? We got 30 minutes. I think that we're going to have... Today's going to be all about tonight. So, like, there is so much leading into tonight to tomorrow. Then you're going to get a follow-up on this chip news. Then you're going to get GDP data in the morning. And then, yeah, so... And then you're just staying pinned. Half of these premiums haven't even moved, so it's going to get wild. It was a Mario. CD, and don't they design the chips? Them and who else? ASML. The Minecraft. Are people still going crazy in the Minecraft movies? It's crazy, dude. Minecraft was killer. I feel so bad for Disney. It just shows, bro. Bro, you realize Minecraft killed it in the box office? Shout out to Biscus. Woo! But it literally, bro, it killed it in the box office. And they didn't spend that much money. Like, it's crazy, bro. That thing, bro, I think it was a fraction of the cost of Snow White, and it did numbers, bro. I was very shocked. So that was a good one, but it wasn't Disney. I think that was Sony or Warner. And it was fire. Let me see. Movie box office. Oh, wow. Sinners is killing it. Whoa. Oh, dude. Yeah, look at this. This is terrible. Yeah. So I have the new box office list. So again, if you guys think I just talk about movies a lot, like, I mean, technically... There is data on this fundamentally. So you could pull up box office, the weekend, movie release schedule, distributors, and then all of the industry ad metrics. And then this shows you, here, I got to make it bigger. It shows you how much they spent and how much they did in sales. But this is crazy because I didn't realize, like, Snow White's old now, but usually, like, the big box movies with these budgets, they usually hold up. But look at this, dude. Bro, Snow White is plummeted. Look at that. Dude, they only did 40,000 tickets. So literally, Minecraft came out around the same time on the same similar schedule. Minecraft still did 1.9 million. And that's, where is it? Does it show how much it cost? Oh, hold on. I had to scroll over. Yeah, fuck. Here, let me get you the budgets. Or I could just tell you. Are you ready? What do you think it was? Yeah, the budget was $150 million. Bro, Snow White's was $260 million. It's crazy. Again, even Star Wars. Damn, they spent less on Star Wars than Snow White. How is that fucking possible? So the new Star Wars, that's number 2 on the list for this last weekend. But they only spent only 115 million. That's crazy. Bro, so even Star Wars spent almost half as much as Snow White. But yeah, Sinners is killing it. Sinners did 4 million tickets almost, bro. That doubled every other movie release. So yeah, and it's only been out for 2 weeks. But again, where's Snow White? Yeah, Snow White is on week 6. Minecraft is on week 4. And then who else? Disney's the best for 6 weeks. The Woman in the Yard. I didn't even know that was a fucking movie. Oh, wait. This is an old one? That's why. So this is old. It's saying 1,000 weeks in the box office. Yeah, that's a rerun of the Star Wars. Yeah. So that's why it's so cheap. That makes sense. They spent it fucking 20 years ago. That probably was a lot. I was like, how do you spend more than Star Wars? Nobody does that. Cheech and Chong keep smoking. You guys didn't. How come no one told me that came out? No, is that not cool anymore? Boomer potheads. But yeah, that's a new one. Happy Gilmore is in theaters. Why the fuck is Happy Gilmore on this list? Why did Happy Gilmore sell a third of the tickets of fucking Snow White this week? I don't get it. That's terrible. So 30% of the people who watch the new Snow White, 30% of those people paid to watch Happy Gilmore somewhere else in America. This is weird, bro. Oh, yeah. Well, that's your movie data. That is your movie data. The re-release of Pride and Prejudice made more. I mean, again, it is Snow White is kind of old, and they were number 1 for a little bit, but I don't know. I think Sinners did way better. I think I could find out. So where's Snow White? Yeah. Bro, that's a joke. All right, you ready? So cumulative lifetime box office sales. Are you ready for Snow White? $85 million. What do you think Minecraft was? So Minecraft came out 4 weeks ago. Snow White Snowflakes came out 6 weeks ago. Snow White did cumulative lifetime box office 86 million, 85.7. $1. Bro, Minecraft did 379 million. Bro, they 4x'd Snow White on half the budget. Are you ready for this? Sinners has been out for 2 weeks. Their budget was only 90 million. They have already recouped Sinners 123 million compared to Snow White's 85 million. That's crazy. Yeah, man. That's crazy, dude. Now, Snow White's budget, it says 269 million. It was larger than any movie on this list, almost by double. Like, nobody has spent that much. Like, again, even Star Wars 20 years ago, that was different. But, like, Minecraft was 150. Sinners was 90. What's that one? The Accountant was 80 million. A movie called Drop was 11 million. That's nothing. Sinner. I do a lot of people like Sinner. I've heard a lot about it, but that's crazy. So that's why, again, that's why I'm like, man, Disney, Dude, Minecraft's popping. There's been a lot of good movie releases, and it's all Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Is taking the cake this year, at least for now. And then they're doing it on good investments. Like, these are great investments. You have to think about it, bro. Like, if you could spend $80 million, like, dude, to already recoup Sinners, that means everything they already made $20 million. Everything after this for the end of time is already recoup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, again, literally, they're going to take a loss on Snow White. Like, they have a negative return. They should have just bought a government bond and they would have made more money. But so that they took a big risk, but it did not pay. Crazy. Okay, Spy's starting to come down. We got 22 minutes. Tesla. Procter Gamble in HD. A little TLT at the close, too. Get that. Yeah, they'll recoup more off merchandise in the parks. I agree. I like Disney parks. I think that's a cash cow. But I do think just there's a lot of like I'm showing you here. There's been some recent movies that, you know, they're not like these high profile big budget names and they're killing it. Like, I don't know, like, and everybody is there, yeah. Listen, if AMC wasn't run by a scumbag who dumped on retail after retail supported him, even when he would show up in whitey tighties on a Zoom call, and then bought a gold fucking mine, and how are you guys not rich with gold at near $4,000? I would have loved AMC. That's why I bought AMC at $3 and sold it around 40, because I realized this guy's a numbnuts and he's a scammer. So, yeah, unfortunately, I feel you, man. A good movie chain ran by a good person would be great, but, you know, we're waiting for it. We're waiting. Adam and Ron. For real, dude. Adam and Ron. Oh, man. Hold on, I want to see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm trying to find the one guy who said I'm going to hell. I want to show you the email, because he emailed me a couple weeks ago, too. I was like, I didn't block this dude. That was hilarious. And then there's another guy I saw. His name is something with AI, and he got mad about me telling you to sell AMC at the literal fucking top. And, yeah, I don't think he bought any AI stocks. That's the sad part. So, but, yeah, that was a good time. I got reported for that. Thanks, guys. First Solar dumping, or they have earnings today. If I could type. Yeah, First Solar, and then Snap made a pre-earnings move. Tessie again. SE's ripping. Yeah, Tesla right into the highs. See, this reminds me of that last week where they did nothing and just took off. The new Lilo and Stitch. I like it. Or Hanaman's family. That's it, bro. As long as they don't, like, sexualize Stitch, I think we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as, like, Stitch doesn't have, like, a weird sexual dilemma and needs to discover himself, I really believe they'll do good with that movie. I hope. I pray they do well. That's a good... I don't ruin another classic, damn it. That's all. As long... Yeah, like, just don't make him a furry. I'm done. Yeah, you better not ruin that one, Disney. You hear me? You better not fucking ruin. Ohana means family. Family. That's it. They're going to be like, Ohana means fuck your family and give your loyalty to the state. Fuck the nuclear family. That's what it means now. Because they're boomers and they're racist. What the fuck, Stitch? No, it means family. Family, Stitch. No. Donald Trump ended family. No, he didn't. Why? Who taught you this? Snow White. No. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. Too much fun. I know. I have two Teslas. That's how much it's ripping. I put it up twice. I was like, wait a minute. So I hope, man. We'll see. We will see. I hope. Because I love Lilo and Stitch, man. So I'd hate if that went downhill. Yeah, Stitch was blue hair before anybody. He made it cool. Was the Snow White movie super woke? I don't think it was as woke as people wanted it to be. But at the end of the day, what I found out, I didn't watch it. My girlfriend told me this. It doesn't have a prince. So, like, I get it. And I'm like, all right, it kind of works. But, like, they did do, like, an inherently... Yeah, bro. They, like, inherently altered the plot of the original. Like, there's no prince. Like, the guy that she's with isn't a prince. It's, like, some dude... who doesn't like create. It says, yeah, she's like an independent woman. Like, you know, there's no prince, there's no patriarchy, there's no man who tries to woo her. It's just like a guy, I think it's like either a peasant dude or a rich dude who like helps her, but he's put in a different. It's not the same plot as the original. And then they wouldn't let any like, whatever political term for like. The dwarves, they didn't hire real dwarves, like, or anybody who actually could have played that. They put like grown adults, like full sized everything. I'm already ruined this terribly. So yeah, that's why this movie's so bad, because you can't even explain it without. Yeah, bro. All right, man. I need to go to the bathroom. Either way. All right.
Gas said, I think
they got a guy on CNBC with a cowboy hat, so I don't feel as bad right now.
While gold actually has been rallying over the last 3 months or so, so the risk.
The guy literally have a cowboy hat.
I don't think of beta in the same way. You know, if we can keep Bitcoin from making a new low or undercutting that low, then that's good for the market's health overall. But that correlation's there, and you know, if you look, Bitcoin actually broke out. I think it was now almost 2 weeks ago. Got through that roughly 77,000 level, and that was a good indication that the market had a little bit more fuel left in the tank.
How about mega caps? Obviously, have a big week. We're going to get 4 of the big ones this week. How do those look to you technically?
They look exactly the same as the market. They're not overbought yet on an external basis. They don't have the escape velocity or big momentum that we would look for to say, hey, you know, these things are going to go substantially higher. I think you've got a few names like Netflix that look distinctly different from the others. But yeah, they look really, I can't differentiate between what's happening there and what's happening in the market. And what I would say probably more than anything is there's still some residual bullishness in those names. And that's probably going to end up being some type of dark cloud over those names as the market you know, tries to ascend.
All right, we'll leave it there. I do have one note for you as I say goodbye. Live cattle did hit another record today in the commodities market. So you should feel pretty good.
It's live hogs I care about, but thank you. We'll see you later.
We'll see you soon. Thanks, man. Bye. It's Jeff DeGraff. Still ahead, Starbucks results coming after the bell. Shares on track for their worst 2-month stretch since 2008. The key numbers to watch for next.
All righty. Alright. That's it, man. Finalize your earnings. Starbucks, PayPal, Booking. Tomorrow morning, there's Caterpillar, Humana, and a couple of others. And then tomorrow after the bell, end of the 100 days, and then all the big tech. And then after today, bro, we have a lot in store, I think, from tonight till tomorrow morning. And again, it just could be a lot of info. The little moves would be frustrating, or maybe we get a big move after digesting everything we had today. So be on the lookout. Prime Minister Liberal Carney will form minority government. Tesla today, I mean, there was the auto part news and all that, but it had a lot of random moves today. Oh, yeah, Snap is after the bell. We were just talking about it earlier. So I want all the advertising companies to do good. I think that'll be it. Alphabet files pricing for 5-part euro-denominated notes. Oh, yeah, is Tesla? I forgot about that. It has to get above 300 again. That is like the mini child support level this time. UPS. They cut guidance, they announced decent, but this move is too small. A lot could have been priced in, but then despite the new info, the market's kind of taking it like there wasn't any new info. Baylor reached the 200-day. Find out on the next episode of The Stock Market Hates You. No, actually, though. So there's a couple more points. I see that gap fill. We talked about that earlier. I still don't like this. That's, I think, the danger zone. Trump signs executive order on autos. I don't know if he's live now, but executive order has been signed. It says 115, so watch out. You might get a Trump comment here, but wrap it up, Chad. 10-minute rigged is in about 15 seconds. Yeah, Spies, dude, these candles, it's been one way, kind of. You had a little couple of drops, but that last 3 hours, we did nothing. It seems, I think, 2-year delay on the car tariffs, or they have 2 years to build out their fucking, their factories and all that. Okay, everything's ripping now. Some premiums are a little lower, some a little higher from earlier, but wrap a Rooney and make up your mind. Oh, there's Starbucks. Oh, yeah, I got to see.
For what's ahead.
Oh, my God. Trump's overall approval, 42%. Reuters. Oh, and then Tesla's still going. Well, the earnings, it doesn't even matter. It's playing out like last earnings. Last earnings didn't really matter. The too much volatility, too much movement. We've seen like one or two big moves, and that's it. I'm even, again, like I'm saying, UPS wasn't, that shouldn't have moved 0.005, to put it lightly, for given everything going on with them. So that's why I'm like, it is kind of like Tesla. Hey, let me see if I get it. Yeah. Yeah, bro. They missed on the rev. Yeah, very wild. Cutting guidance, misses, everything. Cutting jobs. But it was a big reaction. It was a big announcement, not to mention everything else and the future. But that reaction, whoop. I do think volatility is making it it's making the moves both stop and go, smaller, bigger, or it's moving ahead of the event, then nothing on the event, or nothing ahead, then big on the event, then reverts back to the market. So it's just challenging, but it's not as clear cut as some of the other ones. And then today was just one of those premium days where things were oddly slow. Tesla, we've been talking about it, but you haven't heard too, again, ever since their earnings and running up, you haven't heard too much bad stuff. Elon's been advocating for no tariffs. What else is there? There's one more thing with Tesla. All right, you're near the high of the day. You only got 8 minutes. Yeah, PayPal. You didn't post it, though. Oh, boy, we get a lot there, baby. Some of your Chinese suppliers cut us out last night. Randomly, they said due to tariffs, but they don't even pay the tariffs. We do. Yeah. So, Dave, what industry are you in? And what's your inventory levels like? All right, man, you're moving back up here. Tesla, like you said, between now and tomorrow, but it's knocking on the door of 300. Again, Trump's approval rating data is coming out now. So PSC. All right, a lot of bigger moves here towards the bell, bro. You've moved up more there than kind of any other point. Target up. Allstate. High tickers just gassing right now. Also Nike, I think I just saw them. Nah, they're chilling. All right, man. Well, 5 minutes left. Final 5 is approaching. You're near the highs. Like we said, you have a lot of info today that could lead into reaction tomorrow. Other than that, I'd finalize your earnings plays, make up your mind. God bless America. And your long term is really doing good now again. I don't know how to describe it other than we have recovered half of the loss. I don't know. That's what I was trying to tell you guys. So from here to here, this is like borderline the halfway point. 611 to 483, 550 is like, yeah, I think a little bit. So very interesting. Yeah, Tesla, where's that one play from earlier? They're up 30. They went 80 at one point. That's why I was like, it's kind of nuts. Best shot at what long-term is going into earnings? Well, right now, I wanted UPS if it did bad, but it didn't move. So I don't really have any like long-term earnings ideas right now. But I do think let your portfolio speak to you in terms of wherever you're kind of underweighted. And if there is a good deal, just take the value names right now is what we've been kind of talking about today. Okay, final 5. DeepSeek, no, because DeepSeek was here. But remember, we hit a new high February 18th, February 19th. That was, again, I remember, bro, the long term just melted up. We knocked at 20, I think the small account almost was knocking at 28,000 or something. And then, whoop. Yeah, you had the Tesla semi news earlier. Again, there was a lot of news today. You could look at any name and it looks like we didn't move, but there was a lot of stuff to take in broadly. Meta had an event. Intel had an event. Pfizer had the earnings and the call and all of that. There was a lot there. So that's why I'm like, man, maybe tomorrow we get a little bit more. ICLR. Kenview, remember people have been talking about acquiring them. We're always back to pre-tariff level. You drove by the Tesla restaurant? Oh, I forgot about that. I wanted to see that. Starbies. All right, if you have Starbucks plays, they're too far out the money, though. They don't really have too good. It's the same value on one of them. Starbucks could be a long-term one, too, if it dies. But that's great. Starbucks had a wild. They don't really move a lot. So I got the cheap plays in the morning. They're further than 2 standard deviations, but those could be worth it, but most likely they're not gonna unless you get a big move on Starbucks. The speech is tonight. I don't know when I think he might be live while I'm at the gym. So if it doesn't happen later, I won't be able to go live. Wrap it up. Oh my gosh, yeah, you don't have much time. So, Chad, I love you. Protect your ears. Get ready for a couple of earnings. And, bro, maybe get ready for an even bigger move tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It might get a little crazier, but you only have 1 minute. Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. The 100 days is over tomorrow. You got the big earnings. You got earnings after the bell. You had a bunch of info, both new and old today. So we'll see what happens after that. But you have less than 10 seconds to wrap up your plays. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Ding 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 ding. Horna, let's go. Oh, Chad Adonia. Are you kidding me? I'm going to make sure you get the audio this time. I don't want it to be awkward, but we did it. We made it, baby. 7 hours in the books. I need a good game in the chat right now. Shot that GG, baby. Let's go. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Everybody that contributed brought something to the table. Plays, those vibes, personalities, info. Way to hold it down, baby. Way to be a part of it. God bless you and God bless America and the vets, man. Thank you, for real. You didn't get banned, bro. I could have banned you. I would have banned you if you got in the way. You didn't get in the way. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Amen. God bless you. Let's go. Get along. Don't break the rules. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I see you too, Twitch. Let's go, baby. Happy almost middle of the week, but good game, baby. And yo, all the donos, all the members, God bless y'all. For real, man, thank you. And holding it down and being a part of it. Y'all ain't being cute for no damn reason. You know what I'm saying, man? God bless you. Amen. GG, baby. GG. Good game, good game. I need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday to Friday, you need me, let's talk. Ooh. This one? These are classic. Feel like World War II. But Chad, I gotta kind of go though. God bless you, Chad. Thank you for your time. Long term. Teachers not paid enough, gonna teach them that. Oh wait, I'm freaking that. Maybe I should. Gildan just came out, and then I think Booking was not good. They beat on revenue. But then the gross bookings was a little bit higher. Adjusted EBITDA beat. EPS beat. And then Ruben, I don't get it. What the fuck? Dude. Yeah, I need to see the guidance, but dog, I'm pretty sure Booking just destroyed it. Bro, Booking, ready for this? 4.76 billion versus 459. There's Starbucks just announced something. So, dude, same source sales down 1%. That's terrible. Bro, this has been like a year of negative earnings on Starbucks. That hasn't happened since like '01, bro. But yeah, so there's Starbucks. Let me get the again, this is how I do it. You just go, you get the preview and then compare it. So I didn't have a revenue number, but what's the comps were supposed to go down by 0.8. Yeah, they missed. They did double. And then revenue 884 billion. Second quarter EPS 34. Oh, they cut guidance last time. And then adjusted 41. So they missed still. And then international same-store sales. That was up by 2. That's great. So that part was good. America did bad, and then same-store in North America did terrible. The North America's do, but they grew internationally. They actually went from negative to positive. And then 876. So they still missed on revenue. Okay, so honestly, and then Mondelez came out. But here's the funny part. Are you ready? Booking. So look, Starbucks missed on America, did good on international. Visa's out now. And then booking beat on everything. Revenue, EPS, adjusted EBITDA, adjusted EPS, and then room nights sold. They beat everything by 10%, and booking is down 4% right now. Yeah. Mondelez popping. All right, there's Starbucks. I think international is the only good thing on Starbucks. Everything else is the same as before. Caesars is out as well. Who's the other one? Oh, Visa. That's the one. Visa. I got to open up on the other one. All right. Visa 276 versus 280. Revenue 96 versus 955. And then net income 54. Where's non-GAAP operating margin? But yeah, they didn't do too bad. I don't know if I think they're barely moving. Transactions 67. Adjusted EPS. Oh, they did good. I need that margin, though. I don't see the margin, but Visa's not bad. Snap is today. I think that's the last one. Again, Mondelez came out. So that one's already there, too. They moved around, but kind of surprised. So Booking seemed to be the best one, and they're the only one down. Visa just wasn't bad, but everything kind of in line. Visa's kind of moving. I want to see that margin, though, still. I don't want to look for it. When the stock market was trading at... Dude, they're doing really bad. I think Starbucks is weird because everybody paid 20% for the Reuters guy. Or not the Reuters guy, the Chipotle guy. Both are bullshit, but still. Because it doesn't make any sense. They're really bad in America. I'm telling you, Starbucks has not done this bad in America in the last 25 years, 24 years. I'm shocked. I'm still surprised they're doing negative same-store sales over and over again. Yeah, bro, dropped by 1%. It was supposed to be 0.4. So there was even some of this lifted up by the guide. So, yeah, bro. No, but there's a lot priced into the new Dude, China did good, though. International was great. International rocketed up. It should have been down. And then China did good. And China was break even. No decline for China when it comes down to that. And then Besant says no trade deal is done till Trump signs it. Oh. So, whatever happened, whoever said the other one. Hot dog. Okay, Visa is moving up. They were good. I think Visa was just straight clean. I don't know the margin number, but yeah, easy. Trump comments, even Besant. If he's live, it's old, though. But I don't know if I'm going to... I don't know if I'm going to be there. No, Visa constant currency was 13%. Oh, snap. I don't believe it. Give it like 5 minutes before you clap, okay? That's it. Just wait 5 minutes. It's like when you guys compliment me and I'm like, oh, thank you. And then you ask me, you know exactly what type of question you're about to ask me next. China will probably eat those tariffs, says Trump. Trump reiterates China and EU ripped us off. Okay. I have Snappy Chat. So, revenue was 136. They beat. First quarter loss was 139. Do you guys have an EBITDA? Hold on. I have to find the EBITDA. Oh, wow. Adjusted EBITDA was 108 million. I'll take it. Yeah, they guided 40 million. Now it's down. But like I said, give it 5 minutes. But yeah, they killed it on adjusted EBITDA. I'm very surprised. Loss per share was 8 cents. They did better than expected. Daily active users to 460 million. They beat on that. They see second quarter 468. So guide on users was a little light. Cost per daily 82 to 86. They lower full year operating expense to 265. That's good. They said they're going to spend less money, but then that's it. But yeah, they beat on revenue, beat on users, adjusted EBITDA beat by 137%. But then they lowered the other thing. I'm trying to find the bad part. By Lilo and Stitch. What? Free cash flow 114 million compared to 38. Net loss 140 compared to 305. That's bad on that number. Yeah, they had a EBITDA. Very interesting. Groom. I'm just skimming through it. Very weird. Seems like the best, most uneventful one, but yeah, it's down. They're going to discuss outlook on the conference call. So there's still some of the guidance there missing, but even then it wasn't that bad. And then they lowered the cost. Oh, experience headwinds to start quarter 2. So, yeah, bro, are you ready? Yeah, they warned. Again. No, he did it. He did exactly what we joke about. So they snap experience headwinds to start second quarter. Believes it's prudent to continue to balance level of investment with realized revenue growth. They do not intend to share formal financial guidance for second quarter. Cites uncertainty of macroeconomic conditions. Evan. Dude. Evan. My man. You know, can we talk? I just stopped taking it so seriously. It's just Snapchat, dude. You know what I'm saying? Why do we always have to warn? They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a fuck, Evan. You haven't realized, Evan? Evan, you're causing problems with this, Evan. For the last 4 years, I don't know how you haven't learned this, Evan. Single-handedly, from $90 to $9. Just off of this fuck shit, Evan. Okay, Evan? You've already warned us many times, Evan. But this is getting... I think you're going to run out of warnings, Evan. You got lucky with Snap? Nice. You bought and then you sold? Nice. So you got lucky on that, but you're not going to get lucky with the chat rules, unfortunately. But I'm glad you got 7%. That will be enough for a new membership. Thank you. So if you didn't have time to post it, you shouldn't have time to flex it. Thank you for shopping at the stock market live. I don't know. I'm telling you, that was a decent earnings comparatively, but they did what they did last. He just warned again. Now, granted, every company is warning, but no, that's Evan. What do you mean? Are the tariffs going to make people not want to? So, but then again, this already gets rid of it. They did good on revenue, though. So I don't know. Maybe they warned, but for now, 2 out of 2 companies, ad companies beating revenue. So keep that in mind. But on that note, Chatadonia, I got to go. We got to hurry up today. So I love you, Chatadonia. And thank you for being here. And I hope you had a good Tuesday. We got a lot more in store, man. Get ready for it. I'm sure you're going to hear more. You're going to hear Trump, too, by the time I'm not here. But have a good day. Get active. Oh, you got Bessent talking Trade 1, Phase 1 trade agreement, and China's failures. Oh, I think he's talking about last time. So, yeah, you'll get all those updates. But God bless you. And I hope you enjoyed it, man. And for real, man, thank you all for supporting. And if y'all haven't gotten banned and you've been a part of it, bro, thank you. You know, and it's good. It's even if you got banned, bro. I don't know if you've got the vibe shift lately. I don't really give a shit, but you know, we got to lock in and we got to move forward. So we'll unban everybody in June. Otherwise, go buy a new one and don't tell us about it. You know, like, see, so he has the same exact name. So I'm banning him twice, just like that. Just like I said. So don't snitch on yourself. Don't make it easy because then it's $10 now for 2 accounts. So, but either way, I love you. And thank you for your time, and I hope that you enjoy your day. I will see you on the watch list. That is members only, so make the most of your membership. Have a good one, and don't forget why we're here, why we keep going, why that faith, hope, and love ain't ever going out of style, and why, my friends, you break the chains. You evict it. You don't domesticate it, baby. It's game time. You're a warrior. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. So, Chatadonia, God bless you. Have a wonderful one. Go hit the gym. And I'll see you in a little. I'll see you tonight, baby. Good luck. We'll see what else happens. But peace. I told you. Huh? Fuck Donald. What do you mean no trade deal? I'm just saying when I was president, everything was terrible. But everybody would lie to you and the market would go up. Which one do you prefer? Yeah. You missed me now, huh? What do you mean? Josh is outperforming? Oh, so if you made other decisions, it didn't matter? That's what we tried to tell him. Either way, get real estate. Start shopping and save 10%. You have a good day, Chad. I have a lot of announcements. We have a lot in store. Middle of the week. Have a good one. See you on the watch list. Exactly. Go take a lap. Go for a jog or something. I reclaim my time. Have a wonderful evening. No, never. I said, Josh, the gym doesn't go up. How come millennials and boomers, not even Gen Z, they all want to explain the price? They never say no. They just explain it. If I told them I'm charging you triple, they don't say no. They say, well, here's exactly why we're going to pay more. It's fascinating. I know, exactly. I reclaim my time. Have a wonderful